Welcome, fam. Another edition of the Stretch Run. We are headed to the weekend. We literally are in the stretch run to race number 98765 at Gulfstream Park. Tony, we made it. I know we were gonna get here. Oldy, welcome, brother. How you doing?
Doing great, Justin. Doing great. Been a busy week. I know you've had one too, but looking forward to a fun show and it looks like a great weekend of racing as well.
It is. Well, we need to jump to Gulfstream because this is going to happen way too
Yeah.
fast. So I will tell everybody I am either not seeing races clearly or races are way too difficult. I don't know what it is, but I struggled with the races today, Oldie. You know that. I told you that.
Yeah.
But that is your ticket there. Maybe let's talk about your single, and then we'll look at mine and talk about my single, and then they'll probably be off.
So my single is the 4 Riveting Spirit. The only question for me here is whether he gets enough pace, top win percentage, top E pick, right there in SOR, right, good GSR as well. Winner of his last his last 3, 4. So winner of 4 out of 5 and winner of his last 4 on turf. So his only loss came on a synthetic run off the turf on 12-14. So, this horse loves the turf. It has been successful at Gulfstream. It's Safi, it's IRAD. This was, in my opinion, the best horse in this sequence.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I thought this horse could be a single, but I only added a second horse. This is my ticket. I went too deep there. I spreaded a lot of other legs because, as I said, I could not figure out some of these races. So I am spread all in the first to a single in the second. Run for the hills. It's the second EquinEdge pick. I know you are spread in this leg. I did not like a handful of horses in here. I thought that there could be a pace duel potentially. I think that Tyler Gaffleone could sit just a beautiful trip here, sprinting, gets an outside post. I think is going to do really well here. For Run for the Hills, you look here, this is this horse's first time on the turf. It gets a little bit of a GSR bump. It has been the favorite the last 2, but I don't think that this is necessarily a really tough field. And I think from the situation of Cassie getting Gaff, they only hit it at 12%. I didn't love that, but I didn't love a lot of the horses here. I think the 3 and 5, both are going to stop. And I think this horse just gets a good trip.
It's very possible. I obviously thought this was a spread leg. I think it's hard to leave the Clement horse off your ticket. Just because of the nature of that race. I did not think there was anything that stood out on the workout report, and this being a maiden race. I think that the 4 might sit the trip, or the 7 might sit the trip as well. The 4 at 24%, I thought was pretty dangerous here. So there's some possibilities here, and there's no, in my opinion, great horse, but yes, the 8 I used and could win. And if you're right, you open up the rest of your ticket.
Yeah. Although I don't disagree with your single in the 4th leg, to be honest. I could totally see that. I ended up adding the 3. I know you mentioned you didn't. Or when we were just jumping on, you're like, yeah, you didn't love that horse. So I can get why you could single the 4. They faced each other last out. So should be a good sequence. This first race, I have no idea on. To be honest, it was just kind of all over the place. But we will see what happens. I'm gonna jump over there, right there, approaching the gate. Oldy, I'll give away some of my ticket after this race. Since I have all the horses. We don't have to do it before because we will advance. So
yes, that's a nice element.
Well, cool. How's chat doing? Thanks everybody for being here. Dave, Tony, Wiz, Chris, Nate. We appreciate all of you on this Friday. It is absolutely kind of cold and rainy in Seattle, but other than that, I'm just glad it's Friday.
Well, we had a forecast of 3 to 13 inches of snow, and now we have a forecast of 0 inches.
That happens in Seattle too, man. Like all of a sudden they're like, oh no, it's not. It's not going to snow. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it ended up blowing east of here to into
The
Indiana. So the
horses
Indiana and
are
Michigan
out
are
the
getting
gate.
all the snow.
It's now post time.
And we're cold and rainy, kind of like you, or will be.
All right, Oldy, good luck.
6-1 proposition going forward
Yep.
next. Maybe Lucky and Wild.
6.
Yeah, I thought the 6 had a chance to go gate to wire here.
Hey, Mike, Anthony, Bluegrass, Dan, welcome, brother.
Kentucky Pride and David Baracco to take the outside to complete the line. All set for the late pick 5.
I did, Nate. Have to get there, though.
Yes.
And they're off. Good start for Maybe Lucky and Wild, who heads off for the early lead. Moving between horses, Dignified's not far away. Here's speed from Ghostly
Not
Knight
gonna
from down
clear.
toward the rail. Awesome
No.
Appeal mixing it up, and Rain
He's
is out sprinted.
stride.
She's back 5th. Two better than Domineering. The trailer is
They're gonna
Kentucky
go
Pride.
faster, I bet.
On the top end, Ghostly Knight moves through inside under Jaramillo to challenge for control with Maybe Lucky and Wild racing alongside. From third, that's Awesome Appeal.
22.
Dignified's out in the
Wow.
center, two better than Rain. A gap of 2.5 to Domineering, and the trailer is Kentucky Pride. Opening quarter, pretty solid here, 22-1. Ghostly Knight now strides clear to lead by a length. 3 wide, Dignified is up into second. Baby Lucky and Wild's drop back third. Fourth, Awesome Appeal.
Here comes the
Improving
fourth.
outside, here's
Yeah.
Rain with her run. She's drawing closer, 3 lengths off the speed with less than 5/16 to go. With the advantage, it's Ghostly Knight. She's got work to do. Challenges coming from Dignified and Rain and Domineering up the inside. Half mile, 45-2. They're on their way home. On the inside, it's
Good
Ghostly
game,
Knight
but-
taken on again by Dignified up the third, Domineering. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Ghostly Knight trying to buckle down.
Yeah, I'm going to be out
Domineering
first race.
surging between horses, and on the outside, Dignified. Dignified
One
hits the
gonna
front
get out
late.
for
On the
second.
outside, Domineering is up into second. Ghostly Knight back to third.
Wow.
Dignified in front. Domineering second. Ghostly Knight third. Rain is fourth.
Oh,
Then
that was
Awesome Appeal.
trash.
118.
Well, hey, so the only thing I would say is that race, like, that was where I didn't know
Yeah.
what was going to happen, man.
No, I did not think the 3 would be that close to the pace either. I thought the 3 would make a run like the 4 did.
Yeah. Second EquinEdge pick. We didn't get a chance to talk about this race. Sorry, y'all. It's when they need to add the 10th race at Gulfstream. It makes our life way easier. But this horse was 13%. Last out was 3%. Gaff Leone gives it, it was Gaff. Give it a great ride. 1, 2 back. You toss this race was a 62, right? And gets right back here. So I like that horse. That would have been definitely, if I slimmed down, would have been somebody to. Why'd you not use that horse, Oldy?
I didn't like that horse. So go look at that horse.
That's okay.
I still don't like that horse. I thought, with the pace number, I thought that horse was going to be sitting too far back.
Yeah.
And Gaff got that horse into the race earlier and kind of that was kind of a jockey win, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I will give away some of my ticket because we have to do it before my single comes because, so I looked at, we're going to cover Laurel today because Golden Gate is starting so late, everybody. But Oldie, so let me duplicate tab. When the pick 5 is, I think we had a little bit of a gap, if I remember right. 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's muddy. Somebody said it's muddy. Oh, it is raining.
It's raining there. Yeah.
I guess I will tread lightly with my ticket. Hey, Neil. I thought it's another. I really struggled. I think I'm singling a 15-1 shot or something. So we'll get there in a minute. Let's Oldy. So we've been doing trivia sometimes for ticket giveaways, or we just do the traditional Twitter way. What do we want to do this week?
I mean, trivia does reward the people in the chat, but we did do the contest as, if you retweet this. So we should probably do the Twitter way.
All right.
If
We
we
only
want to
got
do another
23,
contest
but
later, we can do a trivia one.
all right. No, that works. Okay. So you'll have to give me a minute because I have to get it ready. What do you want? You cover something while I get this ready real quick.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at Aqueduct? It's in 5 minutes.
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
actually alive to, we played a ticket this morning. Here we're alive to all in this leg. We got a little bit of a price in the first leg using only 3 horses and got the fave in the last leg. So I thought this race was pretty wide open at Aqueduct. You have 2 Chad Brown horses here and a Bill Mott horse. And so you have a Chad Brown firster. You have a 52% horse that people apparently don't like because it's sitting at 4-1. You have a Bill Mott horse who's the second choice and is at 1-1. I didn't love the 6. The 6 was would have been my last off. But since I was using all but one, I decided to go all here. The 3 is your long shot. I think the 3 needs a pace setup and, needs to be better than the Brown first time starter. The GSR, though, on the 3 is the top GSR, and it is a maiden race. So it's really hard to leave the long shot off there. And then the 2 D Hopper, Chad Brown. And one of the things I want to note here, the 4 is the Klarovich Stables, which is one of Brown's big owners, and the 2 is a Peter Brandt horse. And, these Peter Brandt horses tend to really run. That's Brown's top client. If you look on January 7th, there's a 1 of 123 work there. I think this horse is probably really live. It also draws Dylan Davis, and they're 36% with Brown and Davis. And then the 1 had a 3-star workout, is a second-time starter, and might be sitting on a big race. So this was a race I struggled to narrow. I could have just thrown the 52% horse on there as a single, but I chose to go narrow elsewhere and take a shot here. Even, I looked at the doubles, and in the doubles, the 4 is the favorite, considerably over the 5, which is kind of strange based on the current betting. But it looks like, as I've been talking, the betting's changed, and it's now the 4 is the favorite, and the 5, the Mott horse, is actually the 4 and the 2 are the co-favorites, and the 5's the third choice now. So that's more in line with what I saw in the doubles. If you look too at the pace, it's all kind of bunched up.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I mean, I guess the 4, there's a good chance this 4 horse sends, right? It sent first time out,
right,
sprinting. So
I think it may have not wanted the distance the second time out.
Yeah, what happened there?
Or it needed the lead and didn't get it. Broke slow. And there's nothing in the notes, so you probably have to go back and watch the video to see if it hit the gate or got bumped or something like that.
Yeah. So Tony likes the 6. It's its top pick at 10-1. Well, good luck, Tony. 14% though.
We used it. I'd love to get the 6 or the 10. I'm sorry, the 1 or the 6 here.
So what do you have? 1, 4, 6? Oh, you have all?
All.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And we got 5-1 in the first race and beat a heavy fave there. So, and then got the fave in leg 2.
I was turning it. We can't watch it, but we'll listen to it. It looks like they're still behind the gate. So what?
Yeah, they've been post dragging a lot lately.
Bluegrass Dan only asked, do you get workout star ratings for Naira? Oh, I think he must be asking where you get your workout report. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're using, I know Justin uses as well, Bruno, for that. So we get everything. Well, I wouldn't say everything. There's a few tracks he doesn't cover. But that was one of my biggest complaints about the DRF reports is the gaps and stuff that, was the horse was at Belmont and they just didn't watch or have a write up. So it's helpful to have all of it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm reading Tony's note there. Let's put that up for everybody if we can.
It looks cold at Aqueduct. If anybody's in New York, man, this does not look very enjoyable. At least it's not snowing. I guess that's a good thing.
Yes. Though I have noticed is when Aqueduct freezes, speed holds more.
Oh, really?
That's a
Interesting.
trend I've seen over 3 years. So I've been watching that for a while since it's
All right.
the winter track.
John, it's winter. I get it. It's winter. It's not snowing yet, right? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna turn the sound on. We can't watch it, but we'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Good luck, man. I hope you beat the 4.
Yeah. Be nice. I'm looking for the first Rick Dutrow horse too.
I saw one recently. Where? No. Oh no, I didn't. That was the article. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. I don't know how they let that happen. I just don't get it.
And Bafford's one of the people that wrote a letter trying to get him reinstated. So I was shocked that I half thought that Bafford would try to stick it to Churchill by giving Dutrow a horse for the Derby.
Good break to the inside here.
Because he seems to be
magical ways
to be vindictive like that.
Opportunity set. That's the leading 4. In behind them, Batutadoro is towards the back of the field with Harpe Capella as the
2 might be gone.
D Hopper's got the speed, is up by a half length. It's Magical Ways who's up on the outside here from second. Predicted is at the rails to the inside of Opportunity Set. 4 haven't changed the running order much, but they are 5 lengths clear here from both.
We'll see how good the 4 is.
Show the trailer. Harpe.
Well, I mean, this is a pretty relaxed first 6 furlong, 7 furlong. Still a pretty relaxed pace
3-1 for that
for maiden special weight.
4 not moving, man.
Magical Ways is looming.
Nope.
I'm trying to get him going.
6 is coming though. I don't know if he'll flatten out, but
down to the inside and Opportunity Set.
Yes, it's 6. I'm gonna have to sustain that, but it's rolling.
Now is making a rally, is only 3 off the lead.
4 gonna finish one of the last.
Reach the top of the stretch and D Hopper.
yeah, well, the 1's not running, so the 4 can keep itself from.
Come on, 6.
Come on, 6, get there.
2.5 lengths. The main danger is
Come on.
Batutadoro, who is rolling.
Get out, baby!
For a final 1/8 of a mile. D Hopper is digging in, but Batutadoro is getting much closer.
What are you doing?
It's
What?
Hopper, Batutadoro predicted down to the inside. D Hopper still
He-
clear. D Hopper.
What, bro? What just happened?
Magical Ways in 1:24.
I think he ran into that horse like the other horse's backside, I believe.
He literally took that horse into the back of the 2. He's looking at him like, "What were you doing?" Wow.
Yeah, I mean, is this Trevor's first mount too?
I don't know. I have no
Since
idea.
coming back from injury.
He obviously, I'm watching the replay now. He's hitting him with the left hand. Did he switch?
Tony,
No,
we had all the horse there, and the 6 ran into literally ran into the back of the 2, and so the 2 hung on.
It looks like he didn't even try to correct the 6.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That was wild.
I mean, that should have been a 10-1 winner there. The good news is in the doubles and the triples,
they're putting up the inquiry objection sign, but
maybe the 2 came out
I don't think so, man.
because he's along the rail there. No,
The 2 does. The 2 does come out.
he's still coming out.
For sure.
Ooh, that might be. This could come down.
The only thing about that is, like, this is where it's interesting because the 2 comes out and the 6 comes in. So, like, why does, and I'm not trying, I want you to get the 6, but
Oh,
it's
look
like,
at this. Look at the head. Look at the head
you know,
on.
it comes out a ton. And
Yeah.
I guess that's why that happened. I look like at first, right? He just like literally took
Yeah.
the horse into the 2's back end, but
I think he's got to come down there.
the head on will be great to watch. Although every one of these views is not a head on in my mind. There it is.
There
Number
it is.
4.
Number 4. The head on's really bad, actually, because I've already seen it.
So the 2, he hits him right-handed and the horse comes out a
And
ton of
just keeps
pass.
coming out and then bumps him.
I mean, this will be interesting. I would not be surprised if they do not take the 2 down, because the 6 came in, the 2 came out, and they would say it didn't impact the outcome, and that the 2 was still going to win the race.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the 2 was, though. It looked like to me like the 2 came out. 2's still coming out too there. It didn't stop after the bump.
Yeah, it's
And I think the 6 was going by when the bump happened. And now they're watching a part of the race that doesn't make sense for them to be watching. I mean, this isn't as bad as the yesterday at Fairgrounds when they literally called the wrong winner and then had an inquiry and looked at something that had nothing to do with the finish and then didn't change the winner. Never seen anything like it.
this will be. I hope they take the 2 down for the sake of you and Tony.
Yeah, we want Tony to be alive there.
I don't know if the horse has to come down, but I would, I'd lean towards it coming down. Only because the 2 came out so much.
Yeah, well, and it's hard to argue the 6 wasn't going by there and the 2 wasn't gassed and tired, and that's why the 2's moving out like that.
See, the 6 came
6
in
comes
a lot
in for a
too.
second, but stops. It was
The
just
only thing I would say is the 6 comes in, but he starts running a straight line, and the 2 still comes out.
yeah. And then the 2 continues to come out after the bump to make it impossible for the 6 to be able to pass after the bump or gain any momentum.
Because the 6 is starting to come in. And the 2 keeps coming out.
And watch it keep coming out after that too.
Yeah, I would guess that the 2 comes down. That would be my guess. We'll see, though. All right, let's do this giveaway, though, real quick, because I have to still get my ticket away.
All right, I'll keep an eye on that while you do the giveaway.
Yeah, let me turn the sound back on, too. I'll turn the sound on so we can listen. Okay, single to Run for the Hills. I already got this all prepped. So 3 people. If you were here last week, you only get 7% now for the 3 people. And then we're giving away 9% to naysavers, which Chris Walsh, fellow EquinEdge user, passed along to me. Great place in California. We'll start giving something back to some type of aftercare when we do these ticket giveaways. So 7% to 3 people. We will draw now. Rich, Iserp, and Chuck. Saratoga Chuck. Rich Bowman and Iserp.
Chuck's a regular in our in the stretch run chat.
I love it. That's awesome. Okay.
Still looking at the replays.
I see that. Which I'm like, what are they looking at? I mean,
clearly hit it with the left hand, and then the horse came out. So it was clearly the horse reacting to being hit with the left hand on a first-time starter who wasn't used to that.
Oh, it's still going.
Yep. Now it's interesting that they're using a different font for the two horses. Something that that shouldn't matter, or I should notice, but
Are you saying on the screen?
yeah.
I love it, man. This is a long inquiry. I'm not sure why this is taking
Usually
so
when
long.
it's this long, there's a change, but
They're just
Ladies
circling.
and gentlemen, there's been a disqualification
Yep.
for interference in the stretch. Number
Boom.
2, D. Hopper has been disqualified.
Well done, man.
First, place
Good.
second.
that was
Tony,
the time
nice
to throw the
single,
all.
man.
New order finish.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't love the 4, so and at that point anything could happen there.
Hey, Chris. Perfect timing. Tony, that's awesome. Good job, man. Good call. 10-1, buddy. That's incredible.
Let's get this, Tony. I'm narrow in the next leg too.
Oldy, I gotta send this tweet out so that we can get this
Okay.
out. Somehow I gotta figure out how to like prep this maybe or something. Rich, Chuck, right? Yep. Whoops. Not Churchill. And who is the third? Oh, Iserp.
Nice.
Oh, that might be an L actually. Oh, it is. Okay.
And for the listeners, watchers, whatever, viewers, Chris Walsh did put together another tourney for tomorrow that's going to include all the Gulfstream stakes races. If anybody's interested in playing, Chris, do you have that? Hopefully, you have that pinned to your Twitter profile as well. If not, we'll get that pinned. Just a chance for everybody who in the stretch run and the people who are viewing to play against each other and have a little fun.
Yeah, how have these been going? Have you? I can't participate, man. But
I was in Dallas, and in Dallas right now, because of the whole HISA thing where they're not exporting their signal, I couldn't use the ADWs and couldn't do it. Not that I had time, but yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it either way. But and this weekend, my daughter's competing from all weekend at the Schaumburg Convention Center, so I will not be around much this weekend either.
oh, nice. Does she compete all year, Oldie?
It's a year-round sport, but they have tryouts in late May, and then the summer's spent like skills and getting choreography, and then practice through November, and then they start competing again in November. Late
Nice.
October, early November. They're actually doing a good job. I don't have the sound on, but they're actually explaining the disqualification right now.
Oh, well, that's
with boxes on horses and things like that.
That's Linda. I'm glad that it's nice in Tampa Bay. It's windy, but it is cold and rainy here. Jared, we're gonna cover Fountain of Youth the race.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? To be honest, I may not play much this weekend. I think I might save a little bit to next week. It's gonna be busy, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm tired. Work's been just brutal. Like handicapping on top of that can be exhausting. Nate, it was incredible. Trampoline World. It was awesome. I think we had 17 kids or something. They ate like 5 pizzas and 15 sliders, all these 10-year-olds. I couldn't believe how much food they ate. But it was good. I appreciate you asking. It was really awesome. He had a great time. His balloons are still sitting here. It's about the only thing left. But yeah, thanks, buddy.
Did we miss the Laurel pick 5 because the time was wrong in
Oh,
EE maybe?
Well, maybe we can do pick 4 though, but
Yeah.
we might have. Did it? Well, because I said 30 minutes. Oh,
Yeah,
what happened?
apparently that's already gone off. I'm pulling the results right now.
It says race 6 is 40 minutes, but that
The
must not be
six
right.
one.
Oh, yeah, we did. We can do pick 4 though.
So to those, because I prepared this ticket and shared it with people, that's a boom. The 6-1 at
5
5
to
to 1,
1.
I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
6-1 at 5 to 1. So it's a good start.
I don't remember what. Well, I do remember my ticket. That would have been something like that, I think. But all right. We can do. Well, let's watch Gulfstream, Oldy, and then we'll do Laurel pick 4 because we'll end up
Yeah.
having. It's in 16 minutes, so we'll have like 10 minutes. We can do pick 4.
Yeah.
We need the 8 to win here. 9 to 1. I like it. I think that we might get a little bit of a big pace here on the turf. We'll see though.
I did end
Anything,
up.
Oldie?
I ended up
What was
playing
your
my
thought
pick
on
4.
this
My
race?
pick 5 back is a pick 4.
What were you spread here, right?
Yeah, I thought the 3 could win. I also thought that some of the late running horses were dangerous here as well, like the 4 and the 7.
Chris, are you serious? The pick 5 pool was $11,000.
That's a joke. That
Wow.
can't be. Well, it doesn't help that their post times were mislisted.
Yeah, well, I was kind of excited. I'm like, oh man, this is nice how the post times were. But
Yeah, he's right. It's 11,000. Had I known that, I would not have played that. That's smaller than Golden Gate.
So I think here is 8 staking, no money, but that's okay. It is EquinEdge second pick, which I like. Sometimes these second picks can be like super sneaky. I've sometimes like dislike a horse and then it wins, but hopefully in this case I like it and it wins. I think we're gonna have a pretty fast pace here, would be my guess, between the 3 and 5. I think Saya sends, he could be dangerous on the lead. Rosario for Clement. I think that these two horses are gonna go. My hope is the 8 sits the trip, but we'll find out.
Yeah. Oops. Dropped my mouse there. I think they could sit the trip, but also from the outside, he might try to go. That's one of my concerns.
I don't think, I mean, he could. I mean, God hasn't, I mean, here you can see he sent.
Yeah.
Here, they probably tried to rate here, and this horse is second off a long, not a long layoff, but a few months, came out of Woodbine, raced that Turfway, and then Cassie brings here on the turf. So,
yeah.
Landeros Road. So at least we get a jockey upgrade to Gaff. Gaff won the last, so it could be 2 in a row.
Yep.
There is absolutely no love. I do agree with you, Kevin. 10 to 1, man, off a 5 to 1 morning line.
Well, and that presents some value there for maybe a double or something like that too.
Tony, I thought the 6 preferred dirt from a GSR. I mean, it's a big drop here to be sprinting on the turf, but
And Reyes has beaten me recently a bunch of times on horses like that.
Yeah. I mean, 4%. I mean, who knows? I mean, this is not anything crazy from a maiden special race. So they're heading over to the turf. I love that they're sprinting on the turf, though. I feel like Ollie, they haven't been sprinting very much.
No, I agree. 100%. They're running a lot of those 7.5 furlong races, which are technically sprints.
You like?
I also like that the rails kind of backed off to about 26 feet recently.
Mm-hmm.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Lining up and moving in for race number 6. Late pick 4 begins here. 2-1 on 3. Plaisant. Joel Rosario riding for
windy,
trainer
man.
Christophe Clement.
You see that camera? That thing was
Yep.
bouncing like crazy.
Yeah, I did see that. I
He's
looked at the
storming under
forecast
jockey
'cause
Luis Saez,
he
the
was
next
showing
one to step
rain
in.
so I looked to see if it actually was. It wasn't, but it did warn that there could be like 25, 35 mile per hour
Here's
winds.
Mrs. Whistler.
Mrs. Whistler. I mean, I'd love to get your 8 here.
Run for
because
the
I
hills,
used
draw on the
8 in pick
outside.
4, and it would be great for hopefully my eventual 4 out of 5 on the.
Late pick 4 time here in South Florida. With Run for the Hills and Tyler Gaffleone to take the outside gate.
Gate's got to get in the gate. Oh, there we go.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Perfect start. She's Stormy, one of the first into stride, but Queen of Light will beat her to the lead. Queen of Light and Centeno off the lead now by
Wow.
2.5. She
Yeah, I did
Stormy
not
is there.
expect that.
Second. Run for the Hills on the
I'm
outside
surprised
now.
the three
Third.
didn't slam.
Plaisant is in tight between horses. Shuffled back was Feline. Out the back, Mrs. Whistler. To the far turn they go with Queen of Light. On top of length and a quarter, She Stormy second. Run for the Hills 3 wide and on the improve.
Looking
She's now
good right
gaining
now.
good ground for Gaffleone, working 4 better than Gamble's Orb.
Come
Trying to
on,
rally
baby.
from
You
the back,
got it.
Cindy Lou Who. From between horses, it's Feline. Plaisant is at the rail with some work to do as Run for the Hills, bidding up boldly now.
Come on, Run for the
Off
Hills.
the turn and the stretch drive. Run
Keep
for the
going.
Hills. Overhauls Queen of Light for the lead. Moving
on, go.
between horses, Plaisant. Gamble's Orb
Keep
is
going.
next, and Cindy Lou Who down the center.
No
Final eighth
stopping.
of a mile. Run for the Hills. The daughter of Run Happy.
Run,
Kicking clear with
baby.
authority. Run for the
Boom.
Hills is a 10-1 winner to start
Wow.
the late pick 4. Feline is up for second. Cindy
That's
Lou Who is
wild,
third.
man. How
And
do you get
fourth
10
is
to
She
1 on
Stormy.
that?
56-1.
Boom.
That's a boom. Well
That
done.
is a boom.
Second longest shot on the board.
You might have some significant dollars to give to
Denise
the
Havers.
thoroughbred care. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good boom, Jason. Tony's 6 ran well. Did the 6 get second, Tony?
I think he got up for second. Yeah. Let's see here. Unless the horse.
No,
goes
he
out.
got
No.
third. Who got second? Oh, the 4. 4 the 6 got
Yeah, I
third.
thought
Wow.
we'd get a hotter pace, and the 4 would, and that would be about the 4 there. But the 3
Well-
didn't run, so that kind of.
He made
Well,
that
now
look
if we-
easy.
Now, if we get my single in race 8, I think we're both good for. My only concern is that you don't have the 1 in race 9.
As Nate said, I divorced the one in the last race.
Yep.
We'll see. I don't like. I mean, you know me, man. You got to have like a really good advantage on the synthetic to win on the lead like that. And they're going 9.5. I was a play against there, but we'll see. I got rid of the early speed, and it's a bit of a dangerous one. I think that horse could still potentially win sitting right off the lead, even, but we will see. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, Kevin, the 1 did, although I thought the 8, I mean, 8 set the trip. I thought it'd be the 3 and 5, not the 1 and the 5. But it played out just like we hoped. So Laurel, Oldy, why don't I did not handicap for the mud, so we might need to do. How much time do we have?
We have 9 minutes, 8 minutes.
Okay.
now.
So I'm going to pull this up, though, so I can kind of pay attention on my other screen. And all right, do you want to give me yours first?
Sure.
Okay.
So my original, let me turn my budget into a pick 4 here. So give me a sec to tell you what to put in. But I was actually, is it 1 through 3? So I'm all here in the
How
first
much?
leg.
What's your budget? 50?
I'm doing that. I'm figuring that out right now because
Okay.
$25 is what I had had spent based on the pick 5. I could add in the final leg because, I would play that for, let me just see what this comes out as. So if I add the 5 and the 6 in the last, I can go to 75. I think that's too much. So let's do that. Hold on one sec.
I can't get anybody else when I go to ticket generator on race 6.
I'm getting everything.
Oh, there
So
we go. It
I
showed
would
up.
go, so let's do it for $50.
Okay.
All
Yep.
6-8.
I'm singling the 5 in this race, but we might
So
change our mind.
2 alls and 2 doubles.
What are you in race 3?
Leg 3, I'm all.
And then what in the last?
1-6. 1 was my single in the pick.
Yeah. I could see that. That horse did look like it potentially could wire the field, right?
Yeah. Or it
Yeah.
could stop, one or the other, but
Correct. Well, in with, okay, that's yours. All right. That's oldies, everybody. Run for the hills. Gary Barber horse too. Didn't even notice that. Doesn't surprise me with Cassie, but 10-1, man, that
Yeah.
still blows my mind. All right, Oldie, why don't let's go through yours and then I'm gonna fix mine at the end since we have 5 minutes because I want to look at the wet GSR on these. It doesn't look all that muddy though. Oh, it's good. It's not muddy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. All right. So you were all here. I thought the pace would be really hot here. I mean, did you not? What were your thoughts? I thought the 1 and 5 were absolutely going to destroy each other on the front end.
I thought the 5 might be the speed of the speed on a 6 furlong race, 1-turn race. I thought that horse had a chance to go gate to wire. It is getting bet a ton down from the 12-1 morning line to 7-2.
I thought this horse was cheap though. I mean, look, it got a 2-length lead and stopped. It got a 1.5 length lead and stopped, and then got a 1.5 length lead again and stopped. That was my only concern.
Yeah, but I'm looking at, so it also, didn't, yes, it got a lead by, but it broke a little slow. I would throw out the 1:16:23 race because it didn't get the lead.
Yeah.
It may have not wanted 7 furlongs either.
Yeah.
Even though GSR supports that. This horse may just be a 5, 6 furlong horse that needs the lead. The 3 actually is really interesting to me on the drop too.
Yeah, I was 3, 4, 6. I thought these 2 horses were going to duel and set it up for one of these other horses. I'm with you on the 3. This thing is taking a big drop in GS or in SOR, right?
Yeah.
And it's third off the layoff. It needs the drop. So obviously, could happen. The 4 Charming Way I thought was a little bit interesting. I was hoping that one of these would have been in the EquinEdge picks, but the 6 ended up getting there. But the 4 is coming off a layoff, but had burned some money here, but also is in a way, I think it's dropping a little bit. Still stays in allowance company. So I don't know. My concern was just the pace here.
And I think the 1 can actually rate a little bit. And what's interesting and something to keep in mind is Hugh McMahon claimed this horse back.
So the thing about that, then, if this horse tries to do that, well, I don't know. This is where it's always hard. Like if I visualize the race, the 5 might go gate to wire. I don't think the 1 is gonna. I think the 1's gonna hold the 5 accountable to a good side pace, though. And to your point, the 1 maybe can sit off and go around the 5. Yeah. So I could see that. Okay, leg 2.
I hope that doesn't happen because that's the favorite.
Yeah.
If
the 4 pool is $2,500. Oh my goodness. Oh, Bob, we can talk about Run for the Hills in a minute. That hurts. Well,
Yeah.
$2,500. Ugh.
I mean, that's small. These are smaller pools than Golden Gate usually on a Friday.
I mean, much. Golden Gate gets bigger pools than this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So the 6, if the 6 runs the race it did first time out, the 6 wins this race by open lengths.
Yeah.
The question is, why did it not run last time out?
Yeah, I don't know. This race I thought was a complete mess, man. I didn't even know what to do. So I said, here was my thought. I'm like, oh, the Bug Boy's 23%, and he's jumping on the EquinEdge long shot. And when I looked here at this horse, I'm like, I mean, you ran some like okay races, and now you get this Bug Boy who's been tearing it up. I was just gonna single the 5. Like,
I feel like he's off that mount. Let me look.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I saw something where I saw his name and he was off mounts, but right now Equibase is not showing up the way it's supposed to. So,
I just don't even know how I play a pick 4.
So what race number is this? This is race 7, correct?
Yeah.
Concepcion changed to Kevin Gomez.
That's a bummer. Well, I'm not even gonna play this, you guys, at 2,500. Like, I don't. That's I'm
already in with a pick 5. I'm not going to put any more of my money in there.
I mean, let's see. I mean, then we'll just talk verticals, I guess, since and we can cover some other stuff for viewers if people want to look. We can look at, obviously. Well, let's watch this Laurel race since we can at least cover Laurel. Looks like they're approaching the gate. I don't, I thought the 1 and 5 might get in a little bit of a speed duel here and set this up for one of these 3 or 4 horse to come off the pace, but 3 has the big drop in class. 4 is off a layoff. 6 is 31% though. It's top win percent, second EquinEdge pick. So that's wild for a pool, though. Chris, I appreciate you saying that because that's just that. I mean, I don't play a lot of Emerald Downs, and I love it because it's my home track, and it's like a beautiful place, and like I feel like I know it. But they have bigger pools than that, to be honest. Like, this is just so small.
I mean, that this is. Ironically, this is larger than a normal pick 6 pool at fairgrounds, though.
Yeah, they have some small pools at times too.
And most of the money ends up going to the coach from fairgrounds, anyways.
Hit her off. A girl named Jack in La Familia. That's some kisses.
There's the 1 and 5, as expected. Still, pace number. EquinEdge pace number is so good.
5's going to clear, though.
Yeah, the 1, I mean, he's going to try to rate.
Now a length and third.
So he got it.
Some kiss. The outside is
6 might beat him to a spot.
Charge to the back of the pack. Heading for the far turn. 4.5 lengths. Will cover the entire field.
We'll see if those 5 is steep or not.
Tries to kick away from that some kiss. A girl named Jack third on the inside.
24 seconds on a 4.
There from fourth as they round the turn and flash
in a 6 furlong race. He should be gone. He's not.
He might be cheap, man, or he or she.
Trying to rev up there under a ride of the red cap, and a girl named Jack is fourth, trying to make a comeback bid while saving that ground and trailing his flashy charge. They turn.
One's going to come right up that rail.
Nope. Head to head. A girl named Jack.
I don't think the 1 can rate. 6 is gone. Oh, the 1 might be able to. Here it comes.
A girl named Jack on the outside, saving something for the final.
Oh, 1 gonna win. You gotta get on the right lead.
Leveling off quickly on the outside to Jamie Rodriguez. It's a girl named Jack, timing it just right. A girl named Jack.
Boom.
A girl named Jack.
He didn't even. I think he hand rode that horse all the time. Well, good job on your pick 5 of getting through. So.
Well, and getting something other than a favorite there too. Really did not want the 6, who I think went off as the favorite there.
Oh, did it?
No, that 1 did go off as the fave.
You're pretty close though. The 4 took a lot of money late too. The pick 4 is a 25% takeout. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on there. So let's go. We'll look at this. Somebody was asking Oldy what I liked about the 8 at Gulfstream Park. Who was that? Who's up here? Oh, Bob. Bob, if you're listening here. So I thought that we would have a little bit of a pace duel on the turf. It ended up being the 5 and the 1. The 1 ended up sending with Daniel Centino riding at Gulfstream. Okay. With Saez. Rosario, I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't doing much. But they ended up dueling, and the 8, just as expected, was going to sit off the pace. So, you know, when I looked at this horse took money both times out. Was at Turfway. You get the GSR increase. You get a move to Gaffleon from Landeros. I believe, what else did we talk about here? You know, win percent, 27-13, not a great thing. But in a race like this, when you have a bunch of horses that just aren't winning, you know, in a maiden special, I love the GSR increase. And I think the big thing, I talked about this right before the race, like was the second EquinEdge pick. So, you know, if you don't have EquinEdge, you probably don't see this horse because, you know, the horse took no money. I mean, it went off at 10-1, and the EquinEdge morning line had this horse at 4-1. So I wasn't really a fan of the 3 or the 5, mainly because I thought they might duel. And I didn't think the 6 had a shot. I didn't like the 2. I just thought the horse would get a great trip, which is what happened. So Santino
Tony,
came
what do
over.
you have?
Okay. Go ahead, Oldy.
Tony, what do you have at Aqueduct, by the way?
Well, yeah, we can jump there. Did I already go?
I did not single the 5. I have the 4 and the 5. I dropped the 6, which I'd love to have the 6 right now after getting that 10-1 horse, but it is what it is.
All right. Gulfstream in 10 minutes. We are all on this ticket. Hopefully we keep moving along. We do not have the favorite in the last. Aqueduct, Oldy, they're behind. They're headed to the gate. What do you have?
Yep. I have 4-5, and Tony has 4-5-6.
All right. So we want the 4 at the moment, it looks like.
Yeah, I think based on I haven't looked at the doubles, but let me look. The 6 was 6-5 on the morning line, so I have a feeling the doubles, the 6 is probably the favorite.
The 4 is taking a lot of money. They obviously, you can, from a better standpoint, my guess is people think Bustin Bay is going to end up sitting just a great trip off the pace for that horse to be taking, you know, a bunch of money there. It's bet down to 5-2, right? So,
yeah, that was my thought too. Also, first time Baker gets the Bug Boy, who's been riding really well. Go do the jockey trainer combo.
Yeah, 38%. He was riding at Gulfstream and then obviously moved up to New York for the Aqueduct meet.
And he's been riding really well at Aqueduct. He's beaten me a bunch of times.
All right. We got the sound at least. No video. Good luck, all.
Race number 4, 1 mile to distance. Fast main track here at Aqueduct.
And the 6 is a significant favorite in the, well, not significant, but favorite in the doubles and the pick 3s.
Three out, Bustin Bay. Tough Street. Stone Creator.
Yeah, and I was thinking that possibly you could have a pace duel between the 1, the 5, and the 6, and the 4 would be the most likely to clean that up.
And they're off, breaking awkwardly.
Or the 5 will get to an easy lead.
6 is not going to let him go, though, man.
Nope.
Creator collects
And
That's
Dylan
it.
Davis is
Whoever-
going to let the 6 go, which drives me nuts.
Stone Creator is ready
You
to
know, I would say a good job by the 6 potentially realizing that the 5 didn't want the lead. And you're like, okay, I'll get the lead then.
The 4 spot in the trailer is Curly Girl. Still well out into the center of the race.
Let's see if the 4 does the 6 a favor, and
well enough. They're up by 2.
the 6 is still in the center of the track.
3 down at the rail is Bustin Bay. Shinful is now moving forward.
He's looking over the right-hand shoulder, but the horses are coming up the rail.
The rail is Stone Creator. The 2 at the back, Karamoka and Curly Girl.
He doesn't want any. Is the rail might be? Is it dead?
It hasn't seemed that way.
Less than 4 furlongs to go and 47 seconds flat. But at half-mile time, the rail is open here for Bustin Bay, who's trying to burst on through. Tough Street is up.
4 done.
Here, but Stone Creator's got plenty so far. Tough Street is now within a half length of the lead. Shinful is losing ground from the back.
2-horse race.
I mean, the 5 got the trip that it wanted.
Stone Creator has asked for the
It's not good enough. It's just not good enough.
Street, and Tough Street is in hand, and Tough Street now gets the cue out in the center of the racetrack. Tough Street is now a nose in front. Stone Creator is not
Come on, 5.
battling on back.
5
to the
gonna
third is
win.
Bustin Bay. Less than a furlong
Unless
to
he
go,
falls
and Tough
off.
Street is trying to
Yeah, I got beat this
just that
I want to say it was
riding away is now
on
up
Wednesday by a re-rally in the Gulfstream early pick 5. I had the 9. The 9 took the lead. The 8 came back at the very, very end and got me on the last bob. So I'm not booming. Now it's boom because we're to the pay leg. And we got 2 prices. So this should be a pretty decent payout.
Nice. Good job, Tony. You too. We'll catch the 5th race here in, I don't know, 20 minutes, I guess. All right.
And please listen to Buffalo Mike. Hit the likes. Let's keep the booms coming. We've got plenty of booms so far today. And let's get some more booms at Gulfstream. I'm going to be right back because I just noticed my my docking station isn't charging my computer. So I'm going to go grab my power cable from downstairs. So be right back, but we definitely don't want it to shut off in the middle of the broadcast.
You're a good man. Take your time. All right. Gulfstream race 7. Ticket still alive. Single here. Back here in the 8. Talked a lot about this horse already. Run for the hills. Somehow, miraculously, this horse paid $24, which is a gift from Gaff. He won the first 2 races, the pick 5. Good for him. No IRAD so far in the late pick 5, right? He rode the 4-horse Rain there, but the 5 got home. He is not riding here in race 7, but I know he's riding the 4 in race 8, who's going to probably be a pretty good big favorite. I thought this race was tough, to be honest. Like the scratches didn't really detour me very much, just because those weren't really the horses I was looking at. I did think the 6 was interesting here for Peter Walder. This horse does get an 18-point GSR increase. So if you look at these past races, this horse was racing on the synthetic at Gulfstream, and I'm not sure why they took them so long to put on the dirt. Maybe there was a reason, but now gets over to the dirt today. I think this horse will be interesting. The win percent jumps from 3 to 22%, which is massive. And I think this horse has a good shot. 9-year-old, has 11 wins, kind of hard knocker. Bottom level claimer here at Gulfstream. So, to be honest, I think anything can kind of happen. The 5 is the favorite. It's pretty interesting. The morning line does not like this horse at all, right? I mean, 8-5 on the morning line, but that EquinEdge morning line has this horse at 9-2. So pay attention to that. I mean, could be a little bit of a false favorite here, I would say, from that perspective. Second EquinEdge pick. So the 6 at one point was the EquinEdge long shot. It moved to the 1, probably with the scratches, I guess. But that horse, I think, is a player in the 6, going to be on or near the lead, probably. But only a 4-horse field, so it's going to be interesting. Oldy, your camera's off, just FYI too. So
Yeah, you're going to lose me for a minute. I got to switch
you're good.
some stuff out here. Hold on.
What do we got? Oh, we need to. Oh, we still have 2 minutes. All right. And then we have Santa. We'll watch this Gulfstream race, and then we have Santa Anita in 25 minutes. So we will, and we'll cover we'll listen to the Aqueduct 5th race as well here in 21 minutes. So we'll cover the early pick 5 at Santa Anita after this. You can see there for viewers. Sorry, I wasn't on the screen, but 6 horse approaching the gate at Gulfstream, but mandatory pick 6 at Santa Anita on Saturday, tomorrow. Looks like $3 million pool. The mandatory at Gulfstream, I believe, is Sunday if it doesn't get hit, obviously. And they're expecting that to be at least, I think, 6 to 7 million. So if you like playing pick 6s, 2 mandatories from the Strona group, one at Santa Anita tomorrow, the other one, if it's still around, at Gulfstream Park on Sunday. I'm sure a lot of people will be playing that. That's going to be a big pool. So we want another price here. Let's beat the 5. I don't think this horse has to win. I think the 1 and the 6 both have a shot, but we will see. Small reason currently. Second favorite? Let's see here. Oh, looks like the 5 is the favorite now. So looking on track. You're doing, Chris is doing another live tourney tomorrow. You can find him on Twitter, I think. I'm sure that he has some details. They've been doing that for all types of stretch run viewers. But let's all Gulfstream, Chris. Oh, yeah, because the Fountain of Youth card. We'll talk Fountain of Youth in a bit. You know, Forte is going to be obviously a heavy favorite there, I would guess. But Oldy and I will definitely cover the Fountain of Youth. Kentucky Derby just around the corner. You know, March is here. You know, the big prep races are coming. So we'll continually have big races. And then the Gotham, I think, is a 12-horse field at Aqueduct as well tomorrow. So will be interesting. A couple potential Derby entrants to be there. Yeah, 2 months, Scott. It's pretty wild, right? It's going to come fast, too, to be honest. We're going to be like through March, and all of a sudden Major League Baseball is going to be starting, and then the Derby will be here. They're circling behind the gate. We need any one of these, but want to beat the favorite 5. We will take the 1, 4, or 6 to move on in our ticket. We are only 2 deep in the next leg. So we shall see just the 3 and the 4, the top 2 EquinEdge picks. This will be an interesting little state bred allowance. I know Oldy singled the 4 in his previous ticket. I think Riveting Spirit's going to be tough with Irad. So, yeah, and hit that like button. Florent Drew's riding at Aqueduct tomorrow. So Scott, is he riding a horse in the Gotham? Tony, you singled here. Who did you single the 5? You must have. Or did you single the 4?
Still time for your wagers. Race 7. It's a late pick 3 at Gulfstream.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, I see you. Okay.
Sorry, it just required switching out some equipment. There we go. Now I should have my screen back where it belongs to.
Yeah, and hit the like button for us. We love everybody tuning in. More times we hit the like, the more great viewers we have. We appreciate all of you joining us on a Friday, taking an extra long lunch. That's what I do. Figured I work enough during the week, take a bit of a little extra long lunch and spend some time. You singled the 5, Tony.
You do work enough.
I know it's too crazy right now, man. I don't know. It's kind of wild, but we'll get back to a norm. I'm going to NHC, Oldy. I can't wait, man. Yeah. Wednesday.
No, I'm really excited for you. Yeah, we just got to get you playing Hawthorne on Sunday so that you're ready for Hawthorne as part of the last chance tournament.
Yeah, last chance tourney Thursday. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, I saw that about Alex. Is it Kankari? Is that how you pronounce his name, Oldy?
I don't know how you pronounce
The
it.
horses, they're out the gate.
Oh, the jockey that passed away?
It's
Yeah, I'm
now
not sure.
post time.
Yeah,
Lining up and moving in for race number 7, start of the
Oh.
late pick 3.
that makes sense.
Here
Scott.
comes Bullet and Small Reason, the first 2 to go up. Then Joe DiBaggio and New York's Finest.
That's a bet against for me, Scott. I looked at the Fountain Youth.
Joe DiBaggio under jockey Miguel Vasquez.
But that horse must be live, I would guess, if he's going there to ride for Cox.
On the outside, New York's Finest
Good
will
luck,
complete
Tony.
the line. New York's Finest and Jesus Rios.
I talked about the 6-horse Oldy while you were gone. This is the Rios Walder horse, but a big GSR.
There, Renegade.
Synthetic to dirt.
They're off and running. Good start outside for New York's Finest, firing through at the inside. It's Here Comes Bullet. From between them, Joe DiBaggio and the trailer. A small reason, but he's not far away. There's a length and a quarter from first to last as they have a 6 furlongs still to go. It's New York's Finest out in the center for Rios in front. Under restraint is the favorite, Joe DiBaggio. He wants a tactical spot here. He's racing second, trying not to use too much speed in the process. From the outside, it's Small Reason. He's in the clear for Luis Saez, and that shuffles Here Comes Bullet to the 4th and last position as they race to the half-mile point. So Vasquez really had no choice. He had to kick on with it with Joe DiBaggio, or he was going to lose his spot. So now the favorite's in front. Joe DiBaggio by a neck. New York's Finest is there second. Small Reason. He's had a smooth trip to this stage. He's 3 wide third. Panici puts Here Comes Bullet into the clear, and he's on the attack now. So they went 45 and 3 for the opening half mile,
Panici
and the field
has
lines up
4
across the
21.
course. It's Joe DiBaggio with the benefit of the inside.
He's
Here
got a
comes
hand.
Bullet with a big sweep on the outside. In between them, Small Reason, New York's Finest, the first to bow out as they straighten for the drive. Joe DiBaggio with a big-time fight from Here Comes Bullet on the outside. Panici and Here Comes Bullet for a narrow lead, but Joe DiBaggio likes to fight and tries to come back second. Third is Small Reason. Here Comes Bullet is now put him
Come on,
away.
Ford.
It's Here Comes Bullet on the board at 4-1. He's clear with no dangers. Here Comes Bullet and Luca P. in front. Close then for second. Can't call it. Small Reason or Joe DiBaggio.
I never like to see our viewers lose, so I apologize, buddy. Luca with a good ride there. He just let everybody set the pace and went right around them. Ghost, I totally agree with you, man. I don't know. He's Florent Drew's in his own world. But he's riding at the Gotham tomorrow, so good luck to him. All right, Oldie, we advance.
On to my single for me, at least in the pick 4.
Yeah, this a good little
2
ticket
pretty
here.
decent prices.
You get a $12 winner there. We get a $24 winner there. And then we just got about a $10 winner. It's going to be interesting. I'm too deep here. I think these are the best 2 horses. The 4, I know you're a single too, Oldie. And then, as Nate said, I divorced the 1 in the last race. So we will see what happens here in the last race for sure.
And the will pays at Aqueduct stink.
Oh,
At least on the fave is, even though we got a 10-1 and a 5-1 in the sequence and the second choice in the last race, the will pay to the fave is $211.50.
I see that. So you only have the 1?
No, I have 1, 3, 5, 8, I believe it is.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, we need the 5 or the 8 then. Or the 3.
Or
Anybody.
the 3. Anybody but the 1, yeah.
Rodney, 100%, brother. I would love to see you again. The last time I saw you was at Del Mar, and that was a great time. We'll have to come stay high, man. Wherever that I do not know where the last chance tourney is. I will figure that out. But I will be there on Thursday, and then I'll be at the tournament as well, whether I qualify or not. So make sure to say hi. I would love to say hi to you, man. And if anybody else is going to be there, come say hi. Would love to see any of our viewers and stuff. Brad, okay, so Brad, you like the horse that Florent Drew is riding on, Ein Clover. Okay. Oldie, I looked at the Fountain Youth, but I did not look at the Gotham.
I did not look at the Gotham either.
All right, you want to cover Santa Anita? We got 15 minutes.
Give me 1 sec here. My screen is still not right. Let me exit out
You're good.
and
Take
come
your
back
time.
in
Okay.
real fast, and hopefully that will fix it.
Yeah, it looks like the 4-horse scratched in the first at Santa Anita. That was probably going to be the favorite. It looks like that's going to now drop over to the Baffert.
Yeah, I was really upset that. Well, not really upset. I think the Bafferts were still going to be the favorite there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, be right back.
Okay, sounds good. Brad, is that your top pick in the Gotham? It must be. I could see that. All right, we have Santa Anita here. Race 1 in 14 minutes. We will cover a pick 5. I handicapped this. I can't remember. I don't think I picked a single though. Maybe righteously. I saw this horse, although I'm not sure I trust that horse as a single. This race, I didn't like a lot of horses. I'd probably just single the 8, I guess. EquinEdge long shot.
So now I'm available. I singled the 4 in race 2, who has the 4-star work.
Yeah, I saw this horse. I could see that. I handicapped this. I thought the 6 could be dangerous here, though, too. That was my concern for Maldonado. Christian Mahal has the 2. Oldy, here, you'll have to. I still my WhatsApp, the ticket didn't come through. So you want to tell me your ticket here, and I'll pull it up?
Yeah, so I have,
because it's showing I don't know why this keeps doing this, but it's not showing me. There we go. Okay, what's your budget? 120.
120. You know me. Pretty predictable.
No, that's good.
I'm all in the first leg.
Yeah, I could see that, especially with the 4 scratching. I think the other Baffert has a shot, to be honest.
Yeah, and they were both taking money last time I looked. I also, so then I'm single to the 4 in the second leg. And then I'm 2, 4, 6, 8.
Hold on. It won't. Ticket generator. I wonder.
Yeah, it's down for me too.
Oh.
I'm going back through my screenshots instead of using the ticket generator.
On this one. Let me see if it works here. No. Well. Uh-oh.
Yeah. We just got to be patient. It'll come back up. It always does. Did you happen to look at Scotty's spot plays for today?
No, let's do it though, since this isn't working at the moment. Hold on.
Unless it's changed, you're going to see something interesting.
So what? Wait, is he playing Louisiana Downs?
My guess, because it's quarter horse.
Oh, that he could be. Yesterday, I mean, I will tell you, EquinEdge is. I would, Oldy, to be honest with you, I bet my greatest ROI in horse racing might be Los Alamitos. I would not be surprised if I actually looked over time, at least prior to maybe this year, the last 12 months. Prior to that, yeah, that's why, Oldy, you're right. So I saw yesterday 5 EquinEdge long shots hit or something crazy, or half the horses, I think he said. I saw there was a post. So, but this is not working. So
I'm going to try to resend you my screenshot.
So how is
see if you got it, so at least you can put it up.
Yeah. So how this Scotty spot play is done? So the four didn't run there. I got 3rd. San Lorenzo Blood in race 3. He hit that one. So that's top EquinEdge pick. I will tell everybody here, use the pace figure for quarter horses.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It just
Killer.
really is. The 4 did not run there. Looks like they're doing 2-year-old trials. I love using the GSR in these cases too. You know, so I can see why he took the 4 here. Looks like the horse maybe didn't. Who knows? Race 5, he has nobody, and then he has a couple of 7 horses. Huh. But the pace figure, it's huge.
Yep.
It really is.
We're 2 minutes from Laurel if we want to go there.
No, let's see if we can get Santa Anita. Let me try ticket generator
Okay.
again. And if it doesn't, I mean, maybe we can. Maybe I'll put it in the chat. That's what we'll do. So Oldy, Santa Anita. All right. Let me know what your pick 5 is. All.
All right. All 4.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Yep.
1, 2, 6.
Yep.
1, 3, 4, 6, 7.
All right. I put it in the chat so everybody
Okay.
has it. Since ticket generator is, it's on the struggle bus at the moment.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't know what I would have if we go here. You're singling the 4 in race 2 righteously. I could see this horse being a single. I thought the 5 Spring Spinny was a little bit interesting as the EquinEdge long shot. And I also thought, was it the 1? Yeah, the 1, Sangre Azul. This horse is 26% to wins, the top win percent. I thought might be a little bit interesting as well.
For me, it's either the 4 or everybody goes and the 3 circles.
Mm-hmm. This horse is dropping. This is the horse that came from. Oh no, I saw there was a horse that. Oh, it's a retail on a horse.
This horse is dropping though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 2 for 30, but you know, it's dropping from 60s.
The problem is that I had here is this horse couldn't win back here for
Yep.
Bob Hess. So I'm like, why? And then retail Donna is a fine trainer, but this horse is 2 for 30 was my concern. I'm like, well, I don't know why Reed put this horse up in class, to be honest, because it wasn't really necessary. I mean, he did claim it, I guess, but it wasn't winning back here. That was
Yep.
my concern.
Agreed.
I could see that though. I thought I didn't like a lot of horses in this 3rd race, and it's a state bred maiden special. So this race is a little bit interesting. You have 2 30% horses. The 6 is probably the more interesting to me from an odds perspective, but it is 0 for 9. It does add blinkers. Maldonado rides, hits at 24%. I thought Tiago for Diamato was a little bit interesting on the EquinEdge long shot too, Oldy. It's a 2nd time starter versus this field. These are a 2nd and a 3rd time starter, but I thought this horse could improve as a 2nd time starter. And I love the morning line, which tells me that this horse is probably a little bit more live than is given credit for.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And as well, I thought the 4 might go gate to wire there too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big, and I don't remember. Does anybody else have pace? No. Well, the 7 has a little bit. Yeah.
8 got a pretty easy and slow lead at going 6 furlongs, almost 24 and a half.
This horse?
For the first quarter. Yeah.
Oh.
At
Aqueduct.
Laurel.
Oh.
But my 2 horses are battling on the front end, and somebody's trying to sneak up the rail and is going to steal this race, it looks like.
Ice storming down to the inside, coming right on through now. So it is Ice Storming.
That was the horse I was going to single.
Between horses, there is Aunt Barrow
Yep.
with a furlong left to run. Ice Storming and Kevin Gomez. Ice Storming coming home from Naughty Nan's 2nd.
That's
3rd,
funny,
Aunt
man.
Barrow. Ice Storming clear at the end under Kevin Gomez to win. Naughty
Check
Nan's
this.
2nd.
I'm kind of
Aunt
bummed.
Barrow.
I would
Then
have
it was
given
Out
that
of Luck
horse
who
out
picked
to
up for the back of
everybody.
the pack and Lady Lancer.
All right, we got Aqueduct in 1 minute, and then we have we'll have Anita on top of that, and then it'll be Gulfstream single time for me.
Minute 14 points.
Sorry, all. That was my single. There's the EquinEdge
Yeah.
long shot. I talked about this horse. The bug boy was off of it, so I probably that was. I don't know if I still would have singled it, but
I don't know if the bug boy would have. I mean, you didn't turn the video on in time to see just how narrow the gap at the rail was that he went through.
Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
the 8 was coming over to close down the rail, and then realized I don't have space. That he wasn't clear to do it. That's and left just enough space, but if he was a split second later, there's no way he's getting that position.
So I only liked the 2 and 5 in that race, Oldy. So then when the 2 scratched, I just ended up scratching into the 5. The horse ended up going off at like 5-1.
I mean, there's no excuse for that 8 going 24.5 at 6 furlongs for an opening quarter and not even finishing in the top 2.
That's crazy.
Should have been gone.
Okay. What are Santa Anita ticket generator? I think is still down, y'all. So the 2 is getting pounded. I saw somebody just say that.
Yeah, I'm not sure on which Baffert's the Baffert to be on there.
Oh, here we got it. Okay, so you were all and then 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, if I remember correct, and then 1, 2, 6, no 3, and then in the last you were 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Oh, I gotta bring these. I cut the 1 and the 4. All right, there's that's yours, I think, right, Oldie?
That's correct.
Okay. So 2 is getting pounded, 1 to 5. I think the other Baffert though got a shot, man.
Yeah.
Doing it the hard way. Velasquez rides there.
They obviously thought something of that horse.
The 1 or the 2?
The 1. Because was grade 1 placed.
Charlotte. Yeah. Man, it only lost by 6 lengths. So ownership groups well known.
And we're loading at Aqueduct. Fingers crossed that Tony and I get the 5 here.
Yeah, what do you have 1, 3, 5, and something?
8.
All right, I'm gonna turn the sound on. Good luck.
All set. And they're off. Step Boston Roxy, who broke last but is moving through quickly, splits rivals and will check Fellini for the early lead. It's Fellini with a head in front. There's plenty of pace on here as Boston Roxy was hard set, is now going to take back. Magnolia Wind is going to stalk from the second spot, gets a nice spot up on the outside. Aaron Warrior shoved along, and towards the far outside there comes 4 Courts as they work towards 4 furlongs left to go. Towards the back end of the field is Follow the Head, who's in the red cap, gets passed by Mrs. Bell, who's got a wide run. Iarosa, and the trailer is My Gorgeous. Fellini has got the lead. It's Fellini who moves into that turn. 22-4 was that opening quarter mile.
Come on, 5.
Boston Roxy, the easiest trip, but is running on. Magnolia Wind is under a drive. Aaron Warrior from the back with Follow the Fed. They're within 5 of the lead. Fellini with a quarter mile left to go, went 47 seconds flat for that half mile time for home. It's Fellini. 2 widening lengths up on the far outside. Bell starts to roll there with Aaron Warrior. A final furlong to get here for Fellini. Can they catch Fellini on the front end? Aaron Warrior chasing Mrs.
Dangerous.
Bell. It's a stumble on here for the Miners right now as Fellini is almost.
I've been caught many times
Aaron Warrior
at this wire in a race like this, but I mean, what's the point when you have a 10-1 and a 5-1 and you make $100?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's a bummer. That's pretty chalky. Turfway, Billy, I totally forgot. I don't know if we will. That track is very difficult. I just try to find a single, and I almost hit that track last weekend. That was frustrating. Like,
there's another carryover there.
Yeah, I saw that last night. 40-1 hit. It was just a bomber.
We got to get over
Billy,
to
Billy, go again.
we got to get over to San Anita.
Yeah, I see they're loading.
Monique will be the last one to load. Going in. They're in the gate and they're off. Tardy beginning for Monique, doing it the hard way, joined immediately by Conquistar and Sweet Trouble outside of her. A gap of 4 back to Monique. Doing it the hard way, hugs the rail and will be the pacemaker as Conquistar goes a tiny bit wide into the first turn, but is within a half length of the front runner. Then it's Sweet Trouble in third and a gap of 6 back to Monique. 6 furlongs out, doing it the hard way, leads her stablemate Conquistar by just about a length. With Sweet Trouble a 3 wide third, a gap of 7 lengths to Monique. No change at the 5/8 pole with Doing It the Hard Way and John Velasquez dictating terms. Heavily favored Conquistar, 3/4 back in second. Now a length and a half to Sweet Trouble and a distance to Monique, who's asked to pick it up past the half-mile pole. Doing It the Hard Way has been there throughout. Now Conquistar gets a nudge to get after her in second. Hard-ridden is Conquistar at this stage. A 3 wide
One I
Sweet
knew
Trouble,
would
a
be
length and a half
dangerous
off the
early
pace
here.
in third, 10
Yeah,
back to Monique.
I don't know if the 2 can go by.
The 3, I think, is going to go by the
Doing
2.
it the hard way. On the outside, Sweet Trouble.
Johnny V, though,
Conquistar
I
fully
mean,
extended
he's
in
going to be
between them.
dangerous here,
They
man.
turn for home and Doing It the
gone. I
hard
don't
way.
think they're gonna
Scampers
catch him.
clear. Opens
Yeah,
up
he's
3.
gone.
No, he's gone.
Front end. Now it's 4 with 1/8 of a mile to go. Conquistar holding second clearly. Sweet Trouble. Monique at the rail.
I mean, that
Lights out.
that
Do
was
it.
really a gift on a grade 1 placed horse, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. Doing it the hard way, 5-1, or at least 5-1. That I don't know why that horse was 1-5. If that's maybe the odds might be a little bit off, but
Going to play up probably too, because there were probably a lot of tickets single to that too there based on the odds.
yeah, 7-2. That horse went off at 2-5. That's pretty wild. Wow. All right, what's next? Gulfstream? Probably.
Yes,
4 minutes.
correct.
The 1 is the favorite. I remember was this horse Judge Jadine or something? I can't remember the name.
Judge Judith.
Judge Judith. That's right.
Let me look.
We'll jump back here. We have
Sign up
2
his favorite.
horses, Oldy. 4-5 at one point. Wow. That is insane. Horse took a lot of early money. It's going to float up. I would guess, y'all, that the 4 is still Riveting Spirit goes off as the favorite. But we will find out. Oldy, the 4 was your favorite originally. Talk about the 4 for a minute.
Like I said, winner of virtually every race it's been in, especially on the turf. It only has 1 loss on the turf, and winner of its last 4 turf races. Has a little tactical ability. It's Safi and IRAD. It's 26%. It's your top E pick. Fits from an SOR standpoint and is beaten better than this group too, from an SOR standpoint. And this horse has 7 wins and 20 tries, but has made $120,000. I'm sorry, $110,000 in 8 turf races.
It's interesting too, and I have no idea what happened here, right? I mean, you just forgive this race, but Oldy, and you talked about this. I mean, this horse has run 4 turf races in a row, and but the recent one here was the state bred. So this is a Florida bred, Riveting Spirit, 6-year-old mare and only raced 20 times. So, she's a really nice horse. I would guess Irad is going to be very difficult here, to be honest. And the 4 just beat the 3 last out by about half length. So I added the 3 as well. They're both Safi horses, the 3 and 4. This is the top GSR. The main thing here is, Oldy, you can scrap most of these synthetic races, and this should be a different horse on the turf with that type of GSR, was my perspective. If you just get rid of this race here, right, where, in the 12 hole broke 11th, to me, this horse has the potential to turn the table.
For me, the issue with this horse is that this horse has no early speed. With the exception of that one, which I'm guessing was a paceless race on the synthetic.
Here? Yeah, way back, 5 back.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the reasons why I didn't like this horse, was inside closers in that situation who, haven't been winning, that's a tough sell for me. I do think there's some cheap speed here that's going to go with the 1. The 1 only had a 3-race winning streak earlier in the year, but other than that, the 1
is way easier. It's not even comparable to then drop into allowance company.
And once that winning streak was over too, what is going on? My computer still isn't charging. Hold on.
No, you're good. Take your time. Whatever. I don't really know what this horse completely changed styles last out, you all, like on the turf and Gaffleon Road, and he doesn't ride back today, right? Like he's not even, unless he's on the 7 or 9, which he's not. I don't know why. O'Connell, he takes Jose Ortiz here, so Gaff doesn't ride back, it was a little bit interesting to me, just because the horse raced well, the best it had at this type of SOR, right? So this horse, it's 14 tries. To me, this is a big jump up in class in SOR. And that's where I got past the 1. Oldy, I 100% agree with you from a pace perspective. I think that this is going to be fairly honest. I don't think that we're going to see easy fractions, would be my perspective, which is where, in my mind, with a rail only at 28 feet, even though there's 9 horses here, that's not far out at all compared to it can be at 60, that I thought this race would set up for a horse coming off the pace.
Yeah. And, just the 5's not listed as cheap speed, and the 5 might be worth a little play at that price.
9 to 1. What's it?
12%.
Yeah, there was I don't think it was this race. Somewhere else. Might have been Santa Anita. There was a price horse that I thought might have a shot, but they're on the turf. We need the 3 and 4, Oldy.
All right, let's get it. I'm covering myself with a win place show on the 5.
Well, good luck, Scott. He is. Ever since he won his Breeders' Cup race, he's a great jockey. I love him. He's one of my favorites, to be honest. And he hit the first 2 legs of this pick 5. So
yep.
We had him on our 10 to 1 single, and now we need the IRAD factor. We need a Safi horse, the 3 or the 4.
We need to make that 10 to 1 single matter though.
I know, man.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Moving in now for the Friday feature on the turf. Pair of 9 to 5 shots. 1, Judge Judith, and 4, Riveting Spirit. On the outside, Yes, I'm Spiteful will complete the line. They're in the gate. And they're off. Good start at the inside for Judge Judith, who reaches out for the early lead. From the outside, it's looking like a queen with some speed, splitting horses, and Pretty Keen not far away, even Mia Camilla toward the top flight. Backing off early was Riveting Spirit, passed outside by Yes, I'm Spiteful and Any Port. Tamarindo is with them in the charge to the first turn. Looking Like a Queen goes up to Badger Judge Judith, who has the lead. These two a length and a half better than Mia Camilla, who's now third. Pretty Keen is settled in fourth, a
23
length in
and 2,
front of an
too
inside
quick.
running any port.
Yep.
And it's Tamarindo. She's about
Keep
6
pressing.
lengths off the speed, a length better than Riveting Spirit. Second last, Yes, I'm Spiteful, and the trailer is
Maya's
My
just
Sunny
smart to go
Valentine.
outside
The quarter time was 23 and 2. They're 4.5 furlongs from the finish. With rail position and the lead, Judge Judith and Jose Ortiz doling out the numbers in front by almost a length. Looking Like a Queen spies her top rival while racing in second, and at the rail, Mia Camilla now third. Up to the outside, Pretty Keen is there, fourth from Tamarindo, who's in and amongst rivals. Down at the rail, it's Any Port in front of
I'd wanna
Riveting
see the
Spirit,
four
who's
start
unhurried at
moving
this
now.
stage. Out of last now, improving My Sunny Valentine. Yes, I'm Spiteful trails 5/16
I don't think
away.
four's running.
Judge Judith tries to sneak away. She's now a quarter of a mile from home and 2 on top. Mia Camilla sliding through at the inside and takes up the chase second. Looking Like a Queen is next, winding up on the outside, Tamarindo. They're at the top of the stretch. Judge Judith still the target.
23.
She leads by 2 with just an eighth of a mile
Get up,
remaining.
Zayas.
Here's Tamarindo and Riveting Spirit
All
to
right,
take their
Rad.
shots. In between horses, Any Port.
One of
Judge
you.
Judith getting late. They're swarming
Oh,
in.
no.
Any Port surging to her. Any Port takes the lead. Here's a late run from the outside. Riveting Spirit, and it's a win photo. Riveting Spirit
So-
surged right at the money to photo with Any Port. Mia Camilla between, then Tamarindo, and 135.
The
Last-
If we
two-
did, that's why you put IRAD up on that type of horse.
So that's going to be insanely close. The 2 caused all the problems there. The 3 and 4 were 100% going to pass. And the 2 right there, look, comes out and
Yep.
pushes the 5 out into the 3, into the 4. And it was insanely
Pretty sure
close.
the 4 got up. Yep.
I mean, it looks like it. I really hope so.
Well, I shouldn't be celebrating yet because after what happened yesterday, like I mentioned at Fairgrounds, for anybody who's in the chat, we were all just dumbfounded.
Oh, I think we are looking at the wrong camera. I think the 2 won.
I don't know. I thought the finish.
I don't know. Either way, that was pretty insane. I do think the 2 caused a lot of trouble.
They're
there.
showing the 4 right now.
Oh, talking to the 3 and the 4 there, talking to the outrider.
Boom.
We like it, man. Now we got to beat the chalk in the last. Rodney, I don't think the 5 may I would not be surprised to see the 5 raise an objection versus the 2.
I would take it because I had the $5 win place show on the 5.
Oh, you did talk about the 5. That's right. Wow. I want to see the photo. This will be fun to watch. That was a great race. Oldy, you talked the 4. Irad was waiting. Can never question him, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, and probably wins by half a length, I would guess, if the 2 doesn't come out there. Who is on?
Widest trip too, and
the 2 horse was Any Port. Oh, Sayas. Gosh, 12 to 1. He
and now the inquiry sign is up and posted.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they have
in the picture. 4 Riveting Spirit up to win it. 2 Any Port second. 5 Mia Camilla third. 3 Tamarindo fourth. 1 Judge Judith finished fifth. 4-2, 5-3-1 Riveting Spirit.
I mean, really,
time.
What the 2 did is nothing different than what I read.
Stewards have lit the inquiry sign into the stretch run of today's 8th race. More on that right now.
We'll leave the sound on, Oldy. Like I'm kind of curious here just to see what happens.
This is a general stewards inquiry. They are looking at the top 5 finishers here, possible infractions in the stretch runs. Hold all tickets, please. General stewards inquiry.
Oh, I didn't see the 4 do that. Did you see that?
Mm-mm. Whoa.
Whoa.
That was way worse than anything like than we saw live, you guys. Like
Yeah,
that
but
was,
watch what IRAD does. That's him.
yeah, but that
pushing-
horse is done. That horse is done. So that look, I mean, the jockey had already pulled up.
I mean, that the 3 that did that to the 4? I
No,
think it was.
the 2 did it all. Like, watch the 2 who is on the rail in the back and comes out and just the 5 comes over on the 3, and then the 2 comes over and bangs the 5 into the 3
Yeah.
into the 4. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think the 5 has a case to be moved up all the way. 'Cause the 4 could come down right here off the turn.
the 6 was done though. Like, I do not think they'll take Irad down because the 6 horse was completely done.
Continue to hold your tickets. There's a pending inquiry here. They are looking at the top 5 finishers in the stretch run.
I think the 5 could end up as the winner here.
I would be, yeah, they're I mean, they're
I'd
going
be shocked, but
After review, the
Yeah.
stewards determined the infraction was caused by one Judge Judith, who was defeated by all other
What?
runners. No change. In the winner's circle now,
So that's interesting, Oldy. They're saying that the 2 coming out against everybody else was
read
caused
by
the
Harold
1.
Queen, trained by
I
Safi
did
Joseph
not see
Jr.
that.
Winning
Not
rider,
in any of the
Ortiz
replays.
Jr. 2 wins today for trainer Safi Joseph Jr.
Well, Ken saw it.
Riveting Spirit
Did you see
Gets
that
up in the
Safi's
last jump.
suspended?
at 9 to 5.
No, what happened?
Next
He-
race 9,
Positives.
9th race on
I'll
Tapeta
have to-
track at a
I'll
mile
find
and
it. Hold on. It
Sorry.
was in the chat. Chris posted it.
Oh, I didn't. Interesting.
Yeah. 15
So-
days for gabapentin positives.
Interesting.
Oh, and a grade 2 win. That's a Palak Report article too. So, this, let's see, when does he start his suspension? It's from a race in Prequel Downs, September 19th, 2022.
Wow. So, so for anybody who's on the ticket, we do not have the favorite. So just FYI on this, we are 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 to finish here. I completely got rid of the pace. I also threw the EquinEdge long shot, which is never a good thing. But
Mhm.
I thought that this horse had a big drop in GSR as well, was my other comment. So hopefully that does not cost us. That would hurt. The 8 horse is an absolute massive bomber that would pay $60,000, Oldy, which is pretty wild.
Yeah,
But,
that is wild. The 6 is a carryover.
yeah, I saw that. Like, it's, I think the 1 is definitely not as much of a favorite in the pick 5 as it probably will be on the board. It's definitely a favorite, but the 3 will end up taking some money.
I mean, the 1's paying
yeah.
$2,500, almost $2,600.
Yep.
Yeah, so I ended up going in the playback of my pick 5 to a pick 4. I ended up going 1, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, they're not paying that bad.
I'd take anything at this point, considering that I spent $40 on it. Anything on that is good profit.
Well, I hope we get this home, to be honest, you all. This would be a great ticket to get home for many people and for naysavers too. Well, this would be
Yes.
incredible. 9, almost 10% would be outstanding. So we will see. We are 16 minutes away. We have 10 minutes until Santa Anita. Oldy, I do at 1 p.m. Pacific here in 10 minutes. I have to jump for about a minute, so you will have to take over for a minute. But I'll be right
Okay.
back. I just have to jump and start a quick call. I'm going to set my timer real quick.
It
Go ahead.
actually matches up pretty well with Anita.
Yeah,
So
it does.
they'll be loading, so
Yeah.
that will be perfect.
Yeah, you're right.
And we're
I
also
planned it that way.
yeah, exactly. So Laurel is 3 minutes from post. If we want to pull that up, I had this as an all race there too.
Where is Laurel? What's happening here? I'm just bummed I didn't like. I got off.
Remember, Laurel, the times were all screwed up in the on
yes.
E for Laurel.
Yeah, I'm just bummed I didn't play Ice Storming. That EquinEdge long shot here, but we'll move past that. I thought the 2-horse Oldy. So I thought the 2-horse was going to be rather hard here for Jamie Ness, and I mean I just don't follow this part of Maryland very much, and like that's just an insane number of mounts. I mean, that's like I feel like the old Asmussen numbers with Ricardo at times, but 450 mounts is wild, man.
And as we know, that's a year. So
I know it's crazy. 27%. I didn't think the 3 fit here at all, but I thought the 2 was going to be tough. Irish Cork was the top EquinEdge pick, and this horse is going to have a pace advantage, Oldie. But I thought Plot the Dots would not let this horse get away, which is where I was landing on the 2.
I thought Plot the Dots was really dangerous here.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. I was 2-4. Those are like, if I was to pick horses, that's where I was landing.
And so the horse who was the morning line favorite, who's dead on the board, the 6 Torch of Truth. What do you think of that horse? Recent win over 64 SORs.
I mean, this horse has won 2 in a row. I mean, I didn't look a lot at this horse, but I think it probably was because I just got caught up a little bit in the 2 and 4 probably when I was handicapping this. But, you know, it's 20%, which is up from 17%. And I love to see that. This horse could sit the trip, 1 by 5 lengths, has won 2 in a row. Yeah, I mean, this horse is live for sure, in my mind. Why the morning line doesn't like this horse, I don't know, right? I mean,
right. I mean, it was coming out of Stakes Company too. And as soon as it dropped out of Stakes Company, it's been winning by open lengths.
I mean, this horse fits for sure. It is a 8-year-old. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't on the right.
But it's been winning.
Yeah. No. I was just saying it's facing. Well, all these horses are older. So yeah, no, for sure. I didn't know. I couldn't remember if we had horses that could improve or something. But you know, they're smart here. This is a nice. I mean, I would love to own a horse like this, Oldie. 33 races. You're in the money 20 times. 353,000. Like, yeah. Trombetta has a hard knocking horse here.
I am kind of surprised that the 5's the favorite.
Oldie, just in chat real quick. Rodney is alive to Jose Ortiz on the 1 at Gulfstream for a $3.20 ticket at Gulfstream.
How does he get a $3? Oh, on the pick 6?
Rodney, you're alive to that thing 16 times? I mean, 16 times $6,000, bro. You're almost live to $100,000, man.
Rodney.
I hope you win, dude. Just for that. Like, I would rather you win that ticket than I don't even have the one. So I hope you hit it, man.
So 5 did not get the lead, by the way.
Sorry. He has it one time, but his ticket cost was $3.20. Okay. Well, that's a well done ticket, brother, to hit for $6,000. So either way, I thought you meant you played that thing 16 times.
And Rodney, if you use the E to do that, make sure if you hit that to send that to Scotty, because that's definitely a ticket they're going to want to highlight for the Tuesday testimonials.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. Good luck.
So the 5 did not get the lead at Laurel.
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
And I did not get my exact in time.
G trailing the field. Everything's going plot the dots way. Plot the dots from Irish Cork and Accelerator down to the inside. In between horses, Bobby G and Torture Truth. He'll 3 deep into the far turn run. And plot the dots. Irish Cork is trying to heat up some pressure now with 3 furlongs left to go. Accelerator is third to the inside. Back to Bobby G and Torture Truth. Plot the dots is coming under pressure. Less than 3 furlongs to go midway on the turn from Irish Cork. Irish Cork on the outside puts the head in front from Plot the Dots. Accelerator is taken off the inside by Jamie Rodriguez to accelerate on the outside into the stretch now. And it's Irish Cork Accelerator.
6 didn't run at all, unless he's coming late.
Quicken away from Plot the Dots in third as they come to the
2
final
is just
furlong.
not wanting to
Irish
get
Cork's
outside
got
the
the jump.
5.
Accelerator
Mhm.
is second now. And here is Irish Cork and Frankie Pennington. The Gray's on his way. Irish Cork Accelerator. Irish Cork wins by a couple of lengths from Accelerator. Torture Truth will pick up third. And Bobby G and Plot the Dots.
So chalk.
Yes. I was so caught up, sorry, y'all, on Rodney's ticket. Well done. You went race 4, 9, 12, and then 2, 5, 3, 5, 7, 8. Oh, you singled the 1 in race 7 and the single the 4, and then you singled the 1. Wow, man, that's incredible. You wish you went all in the last. Hey, I've been there, man. Like I get it. You got the favorite. That's
Yeah.
The horse is currently the favorite. We can see there. I think you got a good shot, man. This horse, is going to be on the lead, but it has the potential. I think it's just going to be dependent on what type of fractions get set. It will be mainly what it comes down to.
All right, single time at Santa Anita.
Yep, we got 3 minutes. You are singled to. I'm going to get rid of that tab. We will jump to this one. The 4, you are singled righteously, right, Oldy? Is that the name?
Yep, correct.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
righteously singled.
I did think, if anybody, I thought Spirit Spinning had some potential to run here. Horse has 2 wins and 13 tries, depending on what the pace looks like. I know, Oldy, you talked about Starship Sky coming from off the pace. I thought the 5 EquinEdge long shot. The source is 9%. And the main thing here is you get a win-in percent increase from 4 to 9%. I mean, 9 is not big, but I would say, it doubles.
Yeah.
And it's, it got 4th, and lost by 5 lengths here for Reed Saldana. So, it's coming off a little bit of a layoff, but I thought this horse was a little bit interesting.
I'm just hoping the 4 runs to the workout report. Top E pick, right there in win percentage, right there in GSR.
I like the 4 or 5 here, I'm with you though, Oldy. I think the 4 could be dangerous. So we have 2 minutes. Oldy, I'm going to turn the sound on.
Okay.
And flip it over to the race, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
That's the way we see race number 2. Good luck if you're playing, and the pick 4 current pool at over 54,000.
I'm just hoping that the 4 has been close a couple times when rating. I'm hoping this time the 4 is able to get home if it doesn't get the lead. That's my biggest fear on this horse. That and the 3 on the drop just being better, but is 2 for 30, and wasn't beat 48s, but wasn't beating 50s for Hess. Probably moved too far up the ladder after that win against 48s. The 2 can rate a little bit. The 2 might be a little bit of a threat, and there's some value there at 5 to 1. Against similar at Los Al, this horse did on 625 rate and win, but that was sprinting. GSR seems to think this horse should want to run at a route of distance, the 1, who's also 26%, can rate a little also. Has beaten 25K
It's post time for the
claimers
second
last year,
Sangre Azul going in
but
with
definitely has not
righteously.
been running as well as we're loading here.
Loading quickly, Starship Sky will be second to last, following Spring Spinning. Chevere Arbiter to the outside.
Scotty like 4.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Righteously bounces out very smoothly. Sangre Azul at the rail. Flatter with Jewels hustled up in between. And Chevere Arbiter. 4 of them right across the track going into the first
I hate
turn.
that.
And the pace is hot and heavy early on. The lead belongs to Sangre Azul narrowly, but Chevere Arbiter on the outside now up to take the lead, tugging fiercely to open up a length and a half at the 6 furlong pole. Flatter with Jewels wisely backs off in third. They're followed at the rail by Starship Sky with Righteously alongside and Spring Spinning just behind that pair. Chevere Arbiter, very aggressive past the 5/8 pole, has opened up about a
Wow.
6-length
30 to
cushion.
1 here.
Sangre Azul is clearly second.
What is
At the
happening?
rail,
This
Starship
guy might.
Sky.
He's
Flatter
running a
with
5
Jewels
furlong
between,
race.
Righteously outside of
I
that
know,
pair,
but
and
oh,
3
here
more
they
to
come.
Spring
I was going to say
Spinning.
you're going to run them off their
They're
feet,
heading
maybe,
toward the
but
3/8
they're
pole.
coming a
Chevere
little bit
Arbiter
now.
still winging out front.
But he's
Has about a 7-length lead. Sangre Azul.
Now, they're the
Righteously
4 and the
inching
1
up
are coming.
willingly on the
But I
outside
think it's the
third.
1 that's going to
It's
get
another
this.
2 lengths
he
back.
needs
Flatter
to
with
go
Jewels
and
with
just
the
let
white
the horse
blinkers.
go if he
Spring
has anything
Spinning is
left.
out of last, starting to pick up a little ground with Starship Sky at the rail. Less than a quarter of a mile to go. Chevere Arbiter, 2.5
He
length
might run
lead.
them off their feet,
Sangre
man.
Azul is in second. Chevere Arbiter digging in, coming to the 8th pole. Righteously is in the center of the track.
No.
Now Sangre
Come
Azul
on, 4.
eating up the ground
Get up
and
4.
taking over from Chevere Arbiter down on the inside. 3 back to Righteously. Spring Spinning continues to close, but it's Sangre Azul in front. And Sangre Azul will win it by a length and a half. Chevere Arbiter holds second. Spring
Wow.
Spinning a rallying.
Sorry, Oldy. That is no bueno.
Womp womp. But let's get our broom at.
So either way, Rodney, I'm rooting for you. If you don't win, I hope the 8 wins. But great ticket, Rodney. I hope you get it home. So we have 3 minutes, I think. Yep. There's the 8. Would love to see that horse run a big race at 15 to 1. Oldy, I'm gonna be right back because I have to run the rest of them. Hold on.
Yeah, that 8 is a Cassie horse, so it's surprising that it's at such a big price too. $6% at 17 to 1. Works are decent. Dropping, well, not dropping. Was running a maiden special weight. Moving to synthetic. GSR stays the same. Gets Castellano here. It's a Curlin, but this horse really hasn't run. It did show some speed against at Woodbine on the turf, but other than that, it really hasn't shown much. And this horse might need the lead, which could potentially help Justin because he doesn't have the 1. And then that could set up for the 3, 4, 5 there. It's interesting. The 7 is your.
It's finale time here on this Friday afternoon at Gulfstream Park.
Go ahead, Oldy.
The 7's your top. Or not top, but it is a 12% horse at 9 to 1. It's an Arrowgate that was claimed from, or not claimed, moved from Bill Mott. I'm not sure whether this horse wants synthetic though. I don't have Arrowgate stats in front of me, but this might have been a private sale because it looks like this was Judmont and now it's owned by Blackstone Farm.
Hmm. I mean, the horse isn't really bred for synthetic. It's obviously bred for the dirt. So I thought this was a tough race, y'all. I think, as you know me, I don't like playing the speed on the synthetic unless somebody's going to set some really easy fractions. I just think it's very hard. I tossed both these horses on or near the lead, so we'll see what happens. The 5 was the money burner. I like the 3 and 4 best. The 5 ended up being the second EquinEdge pick, so I included it. So 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. That's what we got. You have the 1 and 7, John. Good luck. I would love the 7. Does anyone bet Hawthorne? Well, I mean, I have one. I've hit one big bet there. Oldy and I were talking about that a little bit ago. Rodney, good luck on your 1.
Yep.
Good luck, John. We need one of 5 horses. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We will jump back here. Samantha likes the 3. I thought the 3 was going to be rather interesting as well. So, Oldy, do you play Hawthorne? Do you play? You must
once
play
in a while, not that often. I mean, if I see something interesting there, like a Ravelli that's vulnerable, but it just depends. Depends on what's going on and whether, it's one of those tracks I think I would play more if it was a weekday track.
Yeah.
Than on weekends when other better tracks are running.
This 8 horse, y'all, 20 to 1. It was rather interesting on the 8. Jumping back here. I mean, this horse is 6%. Mystical Journey, but 8 to 1 on the morning line. So public. Go ahead.
It's a Curlin. I talked about this when you walked away. It's a Curlin, but it hasn't really run.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, but second off the layoff, right? I mean, you get Castellano jumps on. I mean, you assume that probably a little bit better Edwin Gonzalez. I mean, a GSR perspective, Oldy, look at that, 72, the top number from dirt and turf. So for whatever reason, Mekong Delta, I mean, is Curlin known, Oldy, for racing on the synthetic at all?
Yeah, I mean, Curlin does well on the synthetic, but I would say a 64 GSR there on a Curlin seems low, just in general. So I'm wondering if there's nothing on the dam side at all.
Which is an interesting breed. I mean, that would have been fairly expensive, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah. All right. Good luck, y'all. Some of you live. I hope you will get carjacked. What are you talking about?
Going to Hawthorne.
Oh. Oh, I love it, man. That's pretty funny. I would take the 3, Pat. I thought the 3 would be tough here.
And I think the 4 is really interesting here.
I was 3 and 4. Those were my 2 top picks. I think either can run a great race.
I added the 5 because you were using the 5.
The horses are at the gate.
I wish I had all your horses
now
right
post
now.
time. Lining up and moving in for race number 9. Join us again for Fountain of Youth Saturday here tomorrow. First race post time is 11 a.m.
Talk about the Fountain
14
of Youth,
races on the program. The next stop on the first racing tour,
Forte,
as they move in for the Friday finale. Sinfiltre is favored 7-5 under jockey Jose Ortiz for trainer Todd Pletcher. They're working with Never Been Wrong.
It's Forte versus the Breeders' Cup Curse.
On the outside, Mystical Journey will complete the line.
For sure.
Never Been Wrong and Mystical Journey, the last 2 up. They're in the gate. And runners away. On the far outside, Mystical Journey was quick into stride. Here's the gray, Never Been Wrong with speed. Down at the fence, Infiltrate's not far away. It's a reasonable early pace. Up to fourth goes Ballroom Eyes, racing outside of Cappy. Sliding through at the inside, Friendship Road. The two at the back, Red Hot and Blue, and Arrow
You
Blue.
also missed me talking
Mystical
about
Journey and
fact that I
Castellano
thought
work
the
over to
eight
lead the
was
race
the
as they charge to the first turn. Up between horses, Sinfiltre has to angle for racing room, and that sends Never Been Wrong 3 wide. Ballroom Eyes is next. Working between horses is Cappy. Friendship Road stays parked at the rail. He's not far away, no more than 3 lengths behind. The two at the back are Red Hot and Blue and Arrow Blue. 24 and 2 for the opening quarter speed. Less than 6 furlongs to go. Mystical Journey leads by a length and a half. Sinfiltre second. Never Been Wrong third. Friendship Road is at the rail, racing in fourth, out 3 wide in Ballroom Eyes. Cappy works between horses. He's only about 3 lengths behind. Still at the back, Red Hot and Blue and Arrow Blue. They went 49 seconds flat for the opening half mile as they race to the half-mile point. It's Mystical Journey. He's been in front from the outset and leads by a length. Sinfiltre is second. Toward the outside, Never Been Wrong continues in third. Friendship Road, she's parked at the rail fourth. Red Hot and Blue sliding through at the inside. Not much room there as Ballroom Eyes calls it an afternoon. Arrow Blue still at the back. Sinfiltre going on a move now to challenge for control. Sinfiltre shoves a neck on top. Back to second is Mystical Journey. 3 better than Never Been Wrong, then Ballroom Eyes. Red Hot and Blue stuck in traffic while making ground outside of Friendship Road, and they're at the top of the stretch. Sinfiltre and a confident-looking Jose Ortiz. They turn for home on a 5-length lead. Fanned out across the course behind her. Sinfiltre kicks clear. From between horses, Red Hot and Blue is now into second. Friendship Road is at the rail. Down the center, and Arrow Blue. Final eighth of a mile, and this is all over. It's Sinfiltre at 3-2. She'll win and win as easy as you can. She's 6 in front. Red Hot and Blue second. Friendship Road ran third. Arrow Blue is fourth. And Ballroom Eyes to complete your high five in 156 flat.
Yeah, that's a shame. Well done, brother. You handicapped better than I did. That is for sure.
The 8 did all the dirty work there too.
Yeah, that's I didn't think that would happen, to be honest. What did that, so $2,600. You know, that's a bummer, you know, could have been a nice ticket. When you single a 10-1 shot, Oldy, like that, or 5-1, like, you know, maybe got too sneaky, to be honest. I don't know, you know, probably. I mean, I probably definitely should have used the horse, you know, 31% top EquinEdge pick. That's what I would say.
Fletcher.
Yeah, I mean, that's just getting probably too bad betting is what I would count that up to, you know. So but Rodney, well done. That's I love it, brother. I'm glad you hit that. $6,000. That's a good hit.
Congrats, Rodney. Boom, Rodney. Boom.
We have Santa Anita 20 minutes. I did not even look at Golden Gate, Oldy. So
Nor did I glanced at it, but you know, I did not pay that much attention. I think they're about to go off. There was if the horse didn't scratch, there was a interesting price play in the first leg, but it looks like it got bet down. Hoop Dream was 10-1 on the morning line and 7-2 on the E morning line. Is currently sitting at 7-2, which is pretty impressive.
I pulled it up. I mean, that is.
But I think the 3 looks cheap.
Big pace advantage for Party Foul. Yeah, I mean, 1-36 though on the lead. I mean, this horse is going to get the lead. So, I mean, it's cheap, but this is a 4,000 claimer. So
everybody's cheap. But
yeah,
you know, the one Hoop Dream is dropping from about a 49 from a 46. And that's why the system liked it. And let's look at the 2, which is your E long shot. that horse looks cheap.
Yeah, 1 for 12, just not really running.
And the knock on the one is that it's a 0% trainer as well.
I saw that. Yeah. David Bernstein doesn't have a win.
And it looks like there was a jockey change, and it's Cristobal Herrera on the one.
Oh, instead of Julian Couton.
Yes, which I think is an upgrade. Let me see.
Yeah, he's not too bad. He used to ride at Emerald back in the day. I don't think he does. I think he predominantly just rides at Golden Gate now.
Well, it's like me saying Jose Valvidea used to ride at Arlington.
Mm-hmm. I do love Radke. I think he's a great jock. He gives a lot of horses a great ride, to be honest. Now, he's gonna try to sit the trip on the 4 horse. Morning Line does not like Just Watch Me Now, but 0 for 5. I mean, all of these one-time winners. 1 for 26. That's pretty rough on the 1 horse. They're approaching Rodney. Well done, Filtre gets the win. Rodney, $3.20 pick 6, brother. That's amazing. I love that you hit that. Good day at Gulfstream Park. Great sequence.
And Rodney, please, like I said, send that to Scotty. That's an amazing ticket, and we need to highlight it and definitely be able to talk about it. To do that on a $3.20 ticket, that's an insane ROI.
They are at the gate. We'll turn it over to announcer Matt. Maybe. Oh, they're loading. Okay.
Hoop Dream.
If I didn't
has
mess up that
loaded
first leg at
the
Gulfstream, we would
inside
have had that
post.
one.
They've also loaded Party Foul. Just Watch Me Now has got
Bad
it.
betting on my part.
2 back, Drumadoon, and Tom's Moon to complete the line. Here's Tom's Moon coming up to the gate. He's in. We're ready to go. We're off and running at Golden Gate Fields. Drumadoon on the far outside gets
No
the
easy
first call
lead.
of the racing week, but Party
now
Foul
he's
is
gonna get an
quicker.
easy lead.
Drumadoon takes back to second. Just Watch Me Now is joining him, a joint second. Hoop Stream down on the rail 4th ahead of Tom's Moon, the trailer. A compact group about 3 lengths from front to back with a half mile to go. And Party Foul leads the way. The big favorite on top by about a length. Just Watch Me Now, Drumadoon side by side. Hoop Stream moves forward on the inside to make it a party of 3 as they sail into the turn. Tom's Moon 5th and last around the far turn. No turning back for Party Foul, who hits the 5/16 pole, opens up 2 on the competition, and the others have got to pick it up here as Party Foul appears to be going well at the top of the lane. Party Foul by 2. Just Watch Me Now, Drumadoon. Hoop Stream cuts the corner, all battling
Kicks
for
away.
second with a furlong left to go. Party Foul approaches that furlong marker, and he's opened up. He's gone 4 lengths clear now coming to the 16th pole. Hoop Stream in the second, and then Drumadoon, but it's all over. Party Foul, a decisive winner of the opener, and it's going to be Party Foul to score. First off the claim for Jamie Thomas. Hoop Stream gets second, third, Drumadoon, and then Tom's Moon, and Just Watch Me Now, week into the back.
Wow, made that look easy. We got 4 minutes till race 9 at Laurel, Oldy. Why don't we jump there? That horse made that look easy.
Yep. And what would have been my single if I was still alive is at 1-2 right now.
Yeah, this horse Dart I thought was interesting. I thought that Steel Money was the other interesting horse, the 5 horse, to be honest. It's dropping. You know, what I look for here in these races, oldies, I like to see, because so they've all won once or twice.
You don't want to look at what the pick four is paying that you didn't play.
Oh, really? How much is it paying?
And that tiny, to the favorite, to the one, it's paying almost $350,
Wow.
which is not bad.
Yeah, for a small pool, not at all, man. I do.
The four is the whole pool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And nearly
Oh,
the
in the
whole
pick
pool in the
five.
pick five. I mean,
Yeah.
the will pays in the pick five are pretty good.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
If I would have added
go
the
ahead.
Scotty long shot there, we'd be alive to that. Yeah, just bad betting on my part today.
I
Even
thought,
with getting that the pick four home at Gulfstream, the playback, and the pick five at Aqueduct, still bad betting. Because we could have easily hit two other pick fives, I feel like.
this I thought the 5-horse was interesting here though. This horse, so one back here in a 46 maiden claimer.
Yeah.
And then they like just thought like the world of the horse and tried to go into allowance company, and then it just hasn't been running. So was on the turf, but gets back here to sprinting a long 8 furlongs. So I like to see something different, and thought that this horse potentially could turn it around. To be honest, I think the issue is that the one may wire the field, right?
Yeah, I just thought the one could be gone here. The one could also stop. What's interesting is the one doesn't need the lead.
Yeah, you see, was able to kind of sit off here. I got to imagine this horse is going to get the lead, though.
And, you know, the one is a little cheap, too. I mean, I think 4 to 5 is crazy.
I mean, this horse got the lead here, right, and stopped in a 44. So that's the concern, I think, to your point. Like, I mean, this horse could be a little bit cheap here, but and that was at a similar win percent.
And it looks like it might have been going, like this might be one of those horses that just goes too fast. Because look at that second call.
Yeah, no, I know. But I mean, the problem is like, is the same thing going to happen today, right? This horse just runs off. We'll find out. It looks like I'm on, I thought that could happen. I thought the 4 was a little interesting. I like the 5 though. I thought that the 5-horse Steel Money was interesting here, getting nearly 10 to 1. Marquez, I don't know who Hall's Apple is, but
I don't either.
Hutch Hall's Apple. I just gotta love the name. 21% though.
It's definitely a name Hall of Famer.
3 is taking no money. Like, I mean, just absolutely nothing. Bonded. The morning line had this horse for EquinEdge as the morning line favorite. It's currently 8 to 1, but that might be off based on the track. Yeah, 3 to 1. Okay.
7 to 2 is what I have on the unbonded right now. The 2 is the one taking no money.
Yeah, 7 to 1. Wow.
I mean, that horse can move forward here, though. Lightly raced.
Yeah. When you look back, I like to look back at their maiden win. So here, this horse won in a 40 and then didn't run in a 52. So gets the drop here to 20. But see, that's where I love that this horse won the 5 in a 46 off the pace. And then it was just facing insanely tough horses and gets a drop again. So the one, though, has been racing and is actually jumping up now into a 48. So I think it's going to be dependent if this horse runs off. If it does, somebody like the 6 could sit the trip potentially. That's the top EquinEdge pick. It won a maiden special weight in a 52 and had been way tougher. So this horse fits here, I would say. Burned a little bit of money. 7, EquinEdge long shot. One back here in a 36 and has been running okay. Probably fits here as well.
I could see your Hog's Apple horse, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hall's Apple.
Yeah.
And I think the bug is not aboard. I bet he's not aboard that horse either. On the 7.
Mm-hmm. He's not.
Yeah.
Although there's a different bug on, I think. I'm just looking at Express Bet.
And they're up.
Little stumble out of the gate.
Yeah, the 5 there looked like
Honda
almost
got a
went
good
to its
break. That was then.
knees.
This is now in Smart and Fast, and Dart moving up on the inside with early speed to this 4 sort out down the chute. He's on fire, is back in 5th position, followed by Steve.
One's a tiny, almost
Feels
quarter
Oro
horse size
Kovics
horse.
down the backstretch now, and
Mhm.
it's Dart pushed along by That Was Then, This Is Now. That Was Then, This Is Now on the outside, and Dart out of the inside. 2 in front from Smart and Fast, just in 3rd, and he's on fire. Steel Money travels in 5th position in between horses as they're 5.5 furlongs
One's
left
done.
to go. Back to Bonded, who's well settled out of the inside.
He's gonna
and only 4 from
I don't
the
know what
front.
he's
And
doing,
Oro
but
Kovic's trailing the field.
It's
Heading into the far turn run. That
6.75
Was Then, This Is
right
getting
now is what
away.
it looks
Smart
like.
and Fast. Dart slipped back in 3rd position.
I don't know what the 5
Followed
has
by
left.
Steel Money
but
in between horses as they round the turn, and then back to Oro Kovics, and then back to Bonded, and trailing
it's
the
so
field
hard
now
to
as
see.
he's
It's
on
like
I know.
fire.
really
Far turn
foggy.
run, 3 furlongs left to go, and it is That Was
Don't they
Then,
know we're
This
trying to
Is
do a
Now.
show?
Smart and Fast there on the outside. Bonded has new life too as well on the outside. Drop back a bit, but
Come
coming
on,
in together
5.
with a very
Come on,
wide
Hog's
run.
Apple.
Bonded on the extreme outside as they turn for home, and
Get
Dart is saving the
outside.
ground in the yellow silks. They're into the
No,
stretch,
you're
quarter
gonna
of a mile
try.
left to go. Wide open affair. That Was Then, This Is Now.
3's
Smart and
coming.
Fast on the
3 the
outside.
favorite.
Dart driven down toward the inside. Bonded tries to charge late in the center of the track.
One's
And they're followed by
Come on,
actually
Steel.
5.
responding. Come on, 5, get
That
up.
Was Then, This Is Now. Bonded on the outside. Bonded keeps on coming.
3 gonna get
Bonded
there.
final 16th of a mile. That Was Then, This Is Now. Smart and Fast in between horses. Bonded. That Was Then, This Is Now. Here's the line. Bonded from That Was Then, This Is Now.
I think your
Smart and
5 got
Fast,
up for
Steel
3rd.
Money.
Was close.
So that paid. The 1 and the 3 were equal in both the pick 4 and pick 5. So the $11,000 pool paid 24, roughly 24, 29.
Wow, interesting. I mean, with such a small pool like that, it's
Yeah.
you get a couple prices or something like that, and it's gonna make it pay. So, all right, we have Oldy Santa Anita race 3 and 6 minutes. Gulfstream is done. Laurel is done. We'll cover Santa Anita and then we can talk Fountain of Youth. How about?
Yeah. Looking forward to it. I
Race
have a
3.
couple prices for everybody there and a couple horses I'm against.
I mean, when we talked Santa Anita earlier, Oldy. I mean, the 4 horse, well, the 2 is the favorite. Whimsical higher. I mean, this wasn't surprising. JJ rides only 11% trainer jockey with Mark Glatt. I was on the EquinEdge long shot here. I thought this horse as a second time starter could improve, could get a really good trip. I think the pace is going to be really hot. I would guess that the 2 with JJ puts some amount of pace into the race with Contreras on the 4. I think the 8 could get a great trip here.
No, I think the 8 could too. That was one of the horses I liked here. Second time starter for D'Amato. A lot of these horses have run. The 4 needs the lead. The 6 probably needs the lead as well. Just from looking at it, it doesn't look like he's passed very many horses. And then the 2's 1-1 as a second time starter. And very possible, but at 19% is top E pick, but not top win percentage, and doesn't match any of the other metrics. So it's like a 20-something% win possibility. So there's no reason why the 8 here doesn't run.
I think, the 6 adds blinkers too. So this horse likely going to show a little bit more speed from Maldonado and Steve Knapp. I mean, it's top win percent. So I could see a situation where, the 6 or the 8 win. I would love to see them both get up and the 2 favorites to just kind of, to duel it out. But the 4 is definitely Kiss My Cat's gonna send. I mean, this horse got an easy lead and stopped last time in a maiden claimer, right? Oldy now jumps in. That was a state bred maiden claim. Now jumps into a 50. And so that was a little bit of my concern here is this horse gets easy leads in all these situations and just completely stops.
Well, and you'll like my note on the 6. I have a note from last year on the 6 of Hanger and Money Burner.
On the 6 horse?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it here. I mean, that's where, if the 2 is probably the one to watch, I guess, for me, between the 2 and the 8, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. There is a lot of potential early speed here too.
Where's our girl?
Eight. So I'm playing a 268 exacta box.
I like it. Not live, Rory. Live at the house in Seattle and Oldies in Chicago.
Yep. As Chris reminded you to, please hit the like button. Yeah, I mean, I really think it is these 4 horses. It's just a matter of whether the 4 is able to stay up when he gets caught, or
Yeah.
if somebody else stumbles and doesn't run with him.
I don't like this horse just because it stopped. I think that the 2 is probably going to sit a great trip. I mean the 2 horse is dropping in class or dropping in SOR, not necessarily in class. I mean
Yeah.
same conditions here, and where you look at the 4, this horse is going to try to jump up in SOR. I just don't see how it's happening. 6 horse has been running, at this and running okay. But I guess doesn't have to get second place. I mean, this is the horse to improve, to be honest. Ran 4th in a 6 horse field. Yeah, I did lose by 10 lengths, but has the potential to improve, and you get the EquinEdge long shot.
And for all we know, there could have been a Baffert monster in there or something.
Mm-hmm. There she is. They talked about her being a little bit nervous. We'll see if she loads.
All right, we need to switch the screen over though.
Oh, thank you.
Still waiting on Smiling Amy and Kiss My Cat.
1 doesn't want to load.
Three behind the gate as they're working on Smiling Amy, a long shot breaking from the inside.
If I look at that horse and it doesn't have some gate works, yeah, no gate works on the 1. Not surprising that it's not loading.
Well, they probably have to do something out of the gate to clear the horse to run.
2 more.
I mean, maybe they did it 3 or 4 months ago, or they just schooled in the gate and didn't run and didn't actually have the horse break.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Bold Choice got the first call, but Sketch Me Gemmin is quicker and takes command, opening up a couple of lengths. Smiling Amy at the rail. Whimsical Air is racing in between rivals. And Kiss My Cat 3 wide and 3 off to pace. Bold Choice, who broke so well, is now 7 off the leader. It's another 2 back to Ashley's Sandcastle, a length and a half in front of Elusive Class. And then comes Haute Chocolate at the back of the field. Less than 3 furlongs out. Sketch Me Gemmin leads it by 2 lengths. Kiss My Cat moves clearly into second.
This might be the
Whimsical
sixes
Air
day.
keeping pace down at the rail third. A gap of 4 to Bold Choice, and then Smiling Amy, 4 in front of Ashley Sandcastle. They're at the top of the stretch.
Dude's
Sketch Me
gone,
Jammin'
man.
clinging to the lead. Whimsical Air chasing with determination, and
No,
Bold
seven's
Choice is
gonna hold
gathering
on.
serious momentum in the center
Unless
of the
the
track.
6 gets
A
there.
16th of a mile to go. Sketch Me Jammin' 2-length lead. Bold Choice on the outside of Whimsical
Seven's
Air.
gonna hold on.
Sketch Me Jammin' wins it.
Wow.
Wow.
Bold Choice up for second.
19 to
Whimsical
1.
Air.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Second top pace number they just sent and nobody went with.
Yeah, Rodney said there. Rodney, we didn't even catch that. Paul Jones had the 7 horse, so that horse was ready to go on a sprint.
Yeah.
That's why that's Rodney, you caught that, man, a 2%er, but Paul Jones ships over here from Los Al. This horse nearly won a maiden special here in a 32. Well, it's a state bred, so this horse was ready to go and fit. I mean, and you end up getting just a big bomb price. So well done, Rodney. If you found that, you're on fire, man.
Yeah. Let me take a quick bathroom break and then I'll come back and we'll do Fountain Youth.
Okay. Nice ride there. Pat, you like the 4 there? All right. We got probably about 15, 20 minutes. We're going to cover the Fountain of Youth. The return of Forte. Morning Line from EquinEdge has this horse at 4 to 5. Very well meant and bred. Irad's potential Derby horse, I would say. We'll talk about this in a minute once we get Oldy back. Yeah, Rodney, I mean, well done, man. I mean, you caught that. I missed that. But that horse was meant to come over to Santa Anita and he's probably not bringing that horse. I don't know, what is that, an hour or 2 or something? I mean, to bring over from Los Al and, a state bred race like that, he's going to find a lot more value in a state bred maiden special at Santa Anita than he does at Los Alamitos. So, all right, Oldy. So we have the grade 2 Fountain Youth tomorrow. Whoever wins this will be in the Derby, right? I think it's pretty much a guarantee based on points, right?
Pretty much, unless they get hurt, yes.
Well, yes, of course. Yeah. Win percent doesn't necessarily lean towards anybody heavily other than Forte at 28%,
Yeah.
which, not that that's a light number or anything, but this I think will be an interesting race. I mean, Forte is coming off the layoff, right, Oldy? The Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner. You'll talk probably a little bit about the history of that, but that race came back in '84, and Forte had won the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland as well, right, about a month before in a 76. So.
Yep.
And then you go back to the hopeful, right? Saratoga is an 82. So he is for sure going to be the Derby favorite, I would guess, right, Oldy? If he comes out of this with a win, would you agree?
I would say it's either him or Arabian Night. If Arabian Night wins the Arkansas Derby or wherever they're putting him, the Santa Anita Derby.
Yeah. What's your thought here?
All right, so can I just do a breakdown for you?
Yeah, do it.
All right, so the 4 Forte, that's your top pick, top win percentage, winner of 3 grade 1s as a 2-year-old, Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner. My questions around this: Breeders' Cup curse, 9% next out for horses that run in the Breeders' Cup, just in general, and then the Breeders' Cup Juvenile curse, if you will, where those horses don't go on as 3-year-olds to run well. Might finally be Irad's Derby winner and finally get him off the schneid, so to speak. There, there's no knocks on this horse, other than it has not been working it has not been back to Pletcher and working that long. I feel like they may have rushed it back to run here.
Why do you
Racing-
say that? Just because there's 6 recorded works?
Yeah, it the horse has only been back for about a month and a half, 2 months.
Off was
Under
it
Pletcher. Yeah.
was it injured or what happened?
No, they just gave it time off. But
Yeah, yeah.
Baffert does that all the time with the Breeders' Cup Juvenile winners, and those horses come back and don't run.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hear it's working well. I'm waiting to see a workout report, but I'm cautious on this 96 GSR 28% horse because of the Breeders' Cup thing, because of the layoff, and as well that they took their time bringing it back, and historically that has not played well.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, my guess, Oldy, is that he's gonna romp, or we're not gonna get I don't see this horse like finishing second or third. I mean, my guess is he's gonna romp, or
Yeah.
not gonna run.
I'm also concerned about at Gulfstream his pace number, that he's going to be too far back. Gulfstream's a difficult place to close from a 27 pace number.
Yeah, the only thing I would say with that, though, right, is if you look at these races that did Irad ride in all of these? Yeah. I mean, he's keeping him within 3 to 4 lengths. So I understand where you're coming from, though. I think there's going to be a hot pace, though, to be honest.
I think there might be as well. I will say I do not like the 6 Blazing Sevens at all. He's second pick, second win, top SOR, which is junk. That it's showing up as top SOR. Beaten twice soundly by Forte. Next out Breeders' Cup horse at 9%. Poor breaker. Needs to show more speed. Those were my notes on that horse.
But Pratt doesn't ride, right? Rosario gets the
mount. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the one General Jim is really interesting.
Saez. Yep.
So if I can get my notes to line up here. The one is he not in the top EE picks, but is 19%. First time 2 turns on dirt, but has gone 2 turns on turf. Good post, could sit a perfect stalking trip behind speed. GSR supports the dangerous. The distance, I'm sorry, might be dangerous if Forte not fully geared up, is what my notes say.
I think that they should keep this horse a 1-turn horse, would be my opinion, but I do think it could run a good race. We'll see if I'm proven wrong. If this horse does not run, I would look for this horse to run some incredible 7 furlong-ish races, to be honest. This could be a dangerous horse going 1 turn, especially if it doesn't run going 2 turns here.
Then what I'm calling the oldie price play of the weekend, the 2 Legacy Isle. So top pace, didn't really run last time out. I have it as needs the lead, but it has shown that it can rate. I just think it can't rate against this level of company. The inside post and the fact that the other speed is pretty far outside on the Gulfstream dirt makes me think that this horse could clear and get an easy lead. Positive inside post was my notes on Gulfstream dirt with speed. Toss last out when it failed to get the lead. Distance is the question.
So
but
Brad,
again, you're getting a price.
Brad says the one's gonna scratch, Oldy.
Okay.
So
Well, then he won't sit a perfect trip.
Yeah. What do you think of the 7 horse?
So hold on. So also I noted that the 2 for a long shot like that, drawing Castellano makes me think that horse is going to be live as well.
Which who? The 2?
The 2, yeah.
Oh, the 2 or the 7?
I thought the 2. We reading the
No,
wrong line here?
7 has
Oh, yeah,
Castellano.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, 2 has
My note, sorry,
Castellano.
my final part of my note was that the 2 has a win against 70 SORs.
Yeah.
Um,
The Jaramillo sending this horse, guaranteed. I mean, that's where, and I think that Vasquez is going to have to send the 10 from that post. And
I-
this horse has been sprinting. So I fully expect that this is why I think the pace is going to be insanely hot.
and my thought is that from that wide of a post, if the 2 really wants the lead, it's going to be really tough to cover that extra ground and get the lead for the 10. I think the 10 just stops if that happens. And I don't know, the 7's the mystery horse. It literally says in my notes, mystery horse, second time starter, first time maiden winner, big GSR jump to 2 turns, working lights out, appears to need the lead, draws Castellano.
Yeah. This horse is interesting. I thought, I don't know if it's Mag, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good magic. So mage, I think, is old timey term for like a wizard.
Yeah, you're right. So, I mean, and then the Rocket Can was the other horse I thought was a little bit interesting. But this horse being a second time starter to drop in here, we know from a GSR perspective that this horse is well bred. So I think Castellano jumps on. This horse I found interesting. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this horse can win, but I did find it really interesting.
But for all we know, that because we only have one race to go by, for all we know, that horse can rate.
Correct. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it may be able to. I mean, and it could set the perfect trip. I mean, when we go back and sort the pace, I mean, the 2 and 10 are, I would gotta imagine these horses are gonna just fly. But it could sit right off the speed.
Yeah, and the scratch of the 1 helps the 8 a lot as well, because you don't really want to be wider than the 7 post if you don't have to be. I also thought the 3, the other Mott horse, is really interesting here, but needs the pace to run into.
Yeah, just
more
missed
than
the Holy Bull, right?
Yep.
Behind the 8 Rocket Can. So these two, it's kind of like who can improve. They both look like they potentially can.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going off the post, though, the 8 post is a much tougher post to win on the Gulfstream, or 7 post here. I'd prefer the 3 post if that was the case. And Mott has historically done pretty decently in the Fountain of Youth too, and he's been pretty hot. There's an explanation of what a mage is. Over animals. Well, that would be a good thing for if you're riding a horse, right?
Yeah, I know.
My horse is absolutely to toss is the 9 Cyclone Mischief, the favorite in the Holy Bull, who had a favorable post that day, moves outside and to a much more difficult post to win for him. Dale Romans also doesn't win these races. I don't understand why this horse was kept in this race. It doesn't make any sense that it's here, other than filling a field.
How is this horse the favorite in the Holy Bull?
Oh, people love this horse. So for the local Chicago people, I was listening to sports radio on my way from dropping my daughter off at practice the Friday before the Holy Bull, and Hawthorne Jim was on the radio talking about his plays for the weekend, and Cyclone Mischief was 5-2 on the morning line, and his play for the weekend was a win play show on Cyclone Mischief. And I'm just, how, even if that horse won, you don't make any money. It's a waste of money to bet win play show on a 5-2 horse. But then I was strongly against that horse. I like the 2 Mott horses, and that when we went over that as well, and because Romans doesn't win those races.
Yeah. Rocket Can must have
Yeah.
been the second favorite, I would
Yes.
guess, in that
But
race.
Rocket Can got bet down though a lot. Right?
Shadow Dragon was the bomber, right? 34
Yeah.
to 1 and got up for second.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also don't like the 10 Dangerous Ride. And the 5, I'm going to call it Il Miracolo, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who you tossed completely out of your list. But, big GSR that, people can be blinded by because it's a gun runner, but has shown nothing since breaking the maiden. And my notes say connections need to be more reasonable in placing their horse.
Yeah, I don't know who the connections are here. I mean, I'm not sure what's happening. I mean, they've entered this horse in a grade 2 and a grade 3, and I'm not sure what's I'm not sure what's happening. Yeah, I'm with you. I think I expect the pace to just stop here. I really do, between the 2 and 10. I think Forte is going to be tough. I mean, we're viewing this as very similar, Oldie. I think the two
Yeah.
Mont horses have a shot. I'm not necessarily a fan of Blazing Sevens. I think the horse fits in this race, but I don't necessarily love it. I think we've talked a lot about Mage the 7. I think this horse is just really interesting and could potentially for sure hit the board. But yeah, Chris, I have no idea about race 7, but we can look at it. We got about 8 minutes, Oldie, if you want to jump to race 7.
Sure, let's go for it.
All right. So why are we looking at race 7? It's allowance optional claim. You just want to. White Barrio is the absolute massive favorite here.
Well, that's probably why we're looking at it.
Oh, why does Chris? Chris, do you like White Barrio, or does he not like White Barrio?
I don't know, but maybe he wants us to know that White Barrio's running there.
I mean, first time 7 furlong for White Barrio, so they're cutting back from that 2-turn race at the Pegasus Invitational for Safi. Gaff rides, which I guess is a little bit interesting, right? Well, he rode last time, so and he had rode White Barrio. That's right. So, I mean, top GSR. I mean, 35%. My concern here, I mean, it's first time the GSR drops. They're trying something different, which you can or cannot like. I mean, this horse is for sure the class of the race, but there's some prices in here, that are probably going to be interesting, I would guess. High Oak is interesting just from the morning line perspective. The EquinEdge pick and being on the rail on the dirt doesn't really concern me, just because it can be so dangerous. Yeah. And you have Saez riding. So I would say this horse just looking is interesting. In the it's coming off it is a year layoff to the day, basically. This horse, High Oak, ran in the Fountain of Youth and then now drops in here to allowance. So I'll be interested, Oldie, to see the work report on High Oak.
Yeah. No, and the High Oak looks like he's working well. White Barrio always works well.
Yeah.
I think the other thing to note here, though, is that even though we're complaining about the GSR drop on White Barrio, it's similar to the 8 furlongs that he almost won a grade 1 in.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe we're thinking, overthinking this a little bit. I'm going to give you another horse at a price. The 12%, the 7, which is first Collaborate, who's first time D'Angelo, coming over from Safi off a claim.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be a legit sprinter. Has wins at the distance. The system has a big number on it. That one's interesting. I think the 9 Seal Beach is too wide. I would normally toss a horse from the 9 post on the dirt at Gulfstream.
Yeah.
Unless it just looked like it was light years the best. Going one turn on the dirt. I mean, you've been the master of playing those.
Yeah, the pace here is going to be hot too, man, because 10 Legends Can't Die is 100% sending from out there. Well, the Irad's riding the 10. Interesting. So you never, I mean, that guy can do anything with any horse that you feel like. So, I don't know. I mean, traditionally, I mean, if he's not riding, I would just toss this horse, but I would assume that Zayas and Irad both here are going to set a fast pace. You know, Zayas is the dangerous one for me on the one high oak, but I could see collaborate, 12%. I think Seal Beach, you're right. I mean, that's way too far out there. Wide Barrio, though, I think is tough. Oldy, I'm glad you did mention that. I mean, they did run one churn at 8 furlongs. So I would guess maybe prior to what we can see here, this horse ran another one churn race, but nearly won. So this horse should get a good setup, to be honest, at 7 furlongs.
I mean, Wayburn has good numbers at the distance, but I think the horse is a little cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just because he's truly a sprinter or a horse for the course at Gulfstream, because that non-graded stakes win did come at 7 furlongs at Gulfstream.
Yeah. Big layoff, though. I mean, this horse is going to have to really be working well here. Coastal Defense, the 4. I have a bunch of notes on this horse. So this horse coming off, one race in 2 years.
Yeah.
That would be this is an interesting race, I guess. Now, Chris, I'm glad we looked at it. I mean, there's a lot going on here because you have a bunch of horses that, maybe were going to be runners and then something happened with those big layoffs. But I mean, here I said that the grade 2 was a great race, was a 76, strong race in a 76, and then, was working well prior to the Pegasus and ran 6. I guess my thought process here, Marco, is just like the layoffs, and it is the EquinEdge long shot, so you can't discount that.
Yeah, we'll see if it is tomorrow, though.
I know, right? Yeah,
Yep.
It could change for sure. All right, y'all. It was a pleasure. Oldy, that was great. Congrats, Rodney. If you're still here, he might have ducked out, but hits a pick 6 for $3.20 for $6,000. That would not be what that's not a I don't think is what it is. Does he get taxed on that?
For $6,000? No.
He'd have to hit it for $9,000. Yes. He'd have to hit it. No.
It depends on the state, I think.
Yeah. All right. Well, Rodney, well done. It was a pleasure, y'all. We came up a little bit short, but great sequence at Gulfstream. Great racing across the country. Oldy, was a pleasure. Any departing words?
No, just good times. Glad we were able to hit the Aqueduct ticket. Wish we would have gotten a little more value there. And then it was nice. I should have played that when I played the pick 5 back at Gulfstream. I should have played it for $1. Hindsight.
All right, man. It was a pleasure. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Good luck. Enjoy the Fountain of Youth tomorrow. We appreciate everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you all soon.
Good luck, everybody.
Thank you.